Hello, everybody. How are you doing? I know most of us are probably pretty miserable today because it was daylight savings. They turned the clock forward an hour in North America, and most of us got an hour less of sleep. So we're not all functioning at 100%. How are you all doing? Good morning, Xana. Good morning, the Golden Flame. Oh, it's afternoon for you. Good afternoon then. Nice skill. Okay, Golden Flame is nice skill. Hello. Hello, John Norbert Assumption. 30 minutes? I mean, that's all good. Yeah. Thank you for hanging out. Why did I stay up reading fanfiction? I mean, why do any of us stay up reading fanfiction? Addictive. Even if it's bad, you can just like keep going and just derive some strange enjoyment from it. Just like how I do with this stream. All right, let me bring our crew here. You guys know them? We got the man, the myth, the professional Hagrid impersonator, Myth.
Hello, everyone.
And we also have Ryle, who, unlike us, was completely taken by surprise by our change of schedule, which isn't really a change of schedule in our time.
Yeah, maybe someone should have told me that you change your clocks.
I mean, I talked about it last night. I probably should have added you for it. I didn't assume that you guys don't do it. Sorry.
Neither of us realized it was daylight savings time until late last night anyway.
Look, man, we do not pay attention to this sort of thing.
Yeah, you don't have to apologize. It's the same thing here. I think it's the 31st for us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And like daylight saving time is the day when people get into the most accidents because they wake up with less sleep and are cranky. Well, more groggy than cranky, but also cranky. Also, for all you nerds out there, today is 3/14, meaning it's Pi Day.
Happy Pi Day, everyone!
Happy Pi Day, you nerds! You filthy nerds!
And yes, 28th of March. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as well.
It's 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. Why is it? Oh, whatever. I don't even want to know. Let's see. Who else has said hi? None of you are Jon Snow. You can be forgiven for making mistakes. Listen, man. He's not Jon Snow. He's Jonathan. All right.
Well, for us, it's the last Sunday in the month of March.
Yeah, makes sense. All right.
Why do you change the clock in the middle of the month?
I don't know. I'm not the one who makes the rules. I just play the game. Anyway. Rising snow. I mean, rising sun. I mean, it's the same thing at this point. But let's do a little recap because I kind of forgot. I think. Okay, he beat the crap out of people, ran away.
No. Oh, okay. You mean an entire recap.
A full recap because I don't know if you noticed, but I updated a Song of Ice, Fire, and Lightning. So we got newcomers.
I just want to express that the last chapter was a boring one.
Oh yeah, that thing that put me to sleep. I was yawning in the last stream. You noticed.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jon Snow ran away from home.
We didn't get Jon until the end of the chapter last time.
Exactly. It was called Crystal Clear, but he wasn't in the damn cave where the dragon, the whatever, is there. I don't even know. Oh yeah, the crystal dragon at the end. That's right. That is right. Dumbass crystal dragon. Because he couldn't have a normal dragon. He had to have a creepy, insane crystal one. Because Jon Snow is so awesome, so handsome. He's so amazing.
He couldn't even get a Japanese dragon. It had to be a Western.
I swear it could have been. It could have been a long, like a Dragon Ball style dragon. Why am I saying Dragon Ball? Oriental,
What you mean?
like a long dragon with little arms, and it flies without wings. Like it could have been cool, and people would have been confused by it. How does it fly with no wings? Stuff like that. But no,
Yeah,
he got
Sophia
crystal one.
from Aragon.
All right. And there it is. Let's see what else did he do though? Beat up he beat up a bunch of guards, beat up Squid Kid. Squid Kid is Theon, by the way. He called Catelyn a thundercunt. You guys need to know these things. Ran away from
Yes.
home.
Before he
Gave
ran
his,
away, he was always watched by Ned Stark in a really intense way.
Oh yeah. Even when he's not there, he still thinks of him in that way. Like yeah. And then he ran
saw
away,
that-
sailed around, went crazy, met, finally found Japan, and got introduced to Garion and Master M. Yeah, Master M.
Master
Mm.
M.
I think you're the other one with audio issues, Xana.
I don't have them, but Theon always gets burned.
Yeah, Theon
So,
he got wrecked, didn't he? That was pretty great.
yeah, but he got dragged by Dany last time.
Yep. All right. I think we've been adequately recapped, even though I didn't do it properly at all. But we must keep going. The Rising Sun. Chapter 7. A Dragon's Temper. Ooh, I like where this is going. Certainly like where this is going.
Yep.
Old Man Master, Mr. Mac Asian, says Najax 1. My god. It really reminds, we need to find after we're done with this one, we need to find um some cringy Harry Potter stuff, but not like Kill Me If You Can. That thing is way too much. We
Especially
still
later chapters.
Exactly. We still need to be a little safe.
I think we would actually be banned if you read that here. I mean,
Oh, it would. Like I looked at the other chapter, just skimmed them, and I was like, oh wait, nope, this will not fly here. Like
Yep.
this here, you throw in Lady Lynn, stuff like that. It's cool. But if I start talking about what Harry is doing in one of those fan fictions, it's awful.
Yep.
Anyway, John. We're actually starting with John this time. Because I was expecting a dragon's temper, and maybe it would throw us for like Rhaegar or like Daenerys,
No, Jon is the dragon, don't you know?
the
He's a
immortal.
Targaryen.
Hey, kill me if you can. I don't know if you're saying nay to kill me if you can, or nay you must read that, because I'm not reading that.
We
That is
can.
not happening.
I think you can check out the first stream. We did read the first chapter of that one. So
Yes. Anyway, yeah, my first stream I did the first chapter. You're right, John. Time had stopped. Silence had overtaken the cavern. Not even his his breaths could be heard. We're already starting. He'd stopped breathing. See, okay. I'm gonna, before we do anything stupid, if you say not even his breaths could be heard, the implication is that he's still breathing, but in a way that's so slow that it's almost like he's not. But he then says he'd stop breathing. But yeah, bad writing. He slowly released the breath he didn't know he was holding. Oh, okay, never mind. So he was holding his breath the entire time, as his heart went 10 to the dozen. 10 to the dozen. Oh, exponent. Like an exponent? Yeah, it's an exponent. I'm dumb. Strong, thumping beats reverberating through his entire being. He could feel his pulse all throughout his body, even his eyes. He blinked to try and clear his vision, but there was nothing wrong with it in the first place. Standing there, right in front of him, was the most incredible thing he will ever see between now and the day he leaves this world. From its huge foot, which was easily bigger than John himself, to its neck and head, which was outstretched, high and proud, it must have stood 80 feet off the ground. It's pretty big, considering that John himself is quite big as well. Almost as big as his own caretaker.
No, bigger than his caretaker.
Oh yeah, you're right. He is bigger because he's had time to grow. You're right.
No, I think
Head.
it was even mentioned in the second chapter. He's actually bigger than like 2 inches or something.
Terrible. Yeah, those are some mistakes I made at the start as well. Yo, I made those too. Don't worry, I made those too in some fan fictions that you will never ever read because they are gone. They're smoke in the air. You will never find them. First character thinks X. Yeah. Yeah. From head to tail, it easily broke 100 feet long. What? Oh, okay, it's length. So height 80 feet, length 100. Protruding from its back were huge plains of crystal and flesh, spread wide in a clear act of intimidation. It worked very successfully. Pretty sure just its size was the intimidation factor. It didn't even need to. I mean, okay. It's overkill. Either something very interesting was going to happen, or John was dying very soon. He'd faced a bear and survived. But this was just not even realistic when formulating a plan. I'm glad he draws the line somewhere.
Yeah.
Like a
Even
bear, he's good. 3 guards, perfect.
a white tiger. No, snow leopard, or what was it last chapter?
Snow leopard or something. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, where he
Just-
walked accidentally into.
Yeah, climbing a mountain, there's nothing. Sailing a boat to a random place, completely easy. No, anyone can do this.
No, not anyone. Only Jon Snow.
But looking at a dragon, now it's unrealistic. He did all of that before, but I mean, I look, 80 feet, 100 feet long. All right, it's a unit. All right, it's big. Well,
This thing's
you got
bigger than the
John.
giraffe.
Look, man, he got.
What did you say?
I said this thing's bigger than the Tarask.
You know the trash. Look it up, Ryle. He placed his bag, that had been with him for a month now, on the floor, to at least give him a little less weight to carry if this turned into an escape. You won't be dying today, child. That voice, that deep, feminine voice, was in his head again as he kept eye contact with the creature. He wasn't 100% sure what it was, but he could have a guess. Sherlock Holmes level intellect here, everybody.
Deduction.
Why don't you have a guess, tiny human? The voice replied. Yo, why this is so tedious. Wait, can it hear me? He wondered as the colossal creature huffed. It huffed and started to move around the cave, flicking water at him with its tail. Yo, he needs to be bashed over the head, like just to figure out that the dragon is talking to him. When your plot armor cracks, but it turns out to be just the first layer.
That's a good one.
Plot armor is like Shrek, who is like onions, many layers. I had to throw a Shrek reference in there. I like Shrek. You like Shrek? Yes. I can
I
hear
like
you.
Shrek.
Hell yeah. I approve of this. We should watch Shrek sometime.
It's been forever since I saw it.
Exactly. We need, like, I watched it when I was, I don't know, mid-teens. It's been a while. Okay. Yes, I can hear you, child. Don't reveal to me that you're simple. Easy way of saying that other word. The creature replied. He was talking to this thing with his mind. It could hear his thoughts. He's probably hearing me think about this. How? How is any of this possible? Is he officially insane? Can you be self-aware of your own insanity? Yeah, it's called the Joker. You're going to turn my mind to mush if you don't calm down, the voice said, each word laced with annoyance. You can actually hear me then? I'm not insane? John replied. He was baffled, but also very excited. Not only had he found what he believed to be a dragon, but he could converse with it as well, like he would with some bloke down at the dock.
He's so special.
Especially talking to a dragon. What a, what a great man. A great man. H321 says Shrek is love. You know what? Shrek is right. 100 feet long and 180 feet tall. Pretty sure Jonathan would be knocked down or at least have a concussion. Yeah, she just has to sneeze in his general direction. Yes, I can hear you. I'm not some bloke. Do not insult me, was its reply. Because, you know, dragons say the word bloke. I feel like I should write a dragon into one of my stories and just have it have a Cockney accent. What's going on there, mate? Sorry, didn't mean to insult you. It's just, all this is just overwhelming, you know, he answered. The beast curled its wings? Oh, typo. The beast curled its wings back into itself and laid down. Not so different to a dog laying down, in his opinion. Whoa, calm down, buddy. A deep growl emitted from the dragon's chest. Do not compare me to a lowly mutt, you disrespectful man-child. Thank you, dragon. Thank you. You just called him out for what he is.
Yep.
Man-child.
How long until it's totally subservient to John?
I don't know, probably like 10 minutes in. I'm gonna say 10 minutes. I'm sorry. I forgot you could hear my thoughts somehow. How are you even doing that anyway? He asked as he carried on staring at the dragon in awe. This impossibly beautiful being. A noise almost like a cat's purr echoed around the chamber as the dragon puffed out its chest. You woke me. The blood in your veins released me from my slumber. And now you and I are bonded through body, mind, and soul. Oh, alright, didn't take too long.
Okay.
Yep.
Look, I was being generous with 10 minutes. It didn't even last 30 seconds. Please don't let this be like Donkey and Dragon and Shrek. He said John.
Too late. It's too late.
It's too late, buddy. It's too late. If only I'd read this before reading this chapter. Maybe something would have changed. He isn't a man-child. He's a teenager going through his rebellious phase. Correct. Gon is going to talk no jutsu this dragon faster than Naruto does Kurama. Yeah, at least it took him most of the series to actually get that fox on his side.
He didn't even talk. He just cut his arm like an idiot, and his blood dripped into the lake, and now the dragon obeys him.
You're right.
Through body, mind, and soul.
Body, mind, and soul. Jesus Christ. It's like a Harry Potter soul bond fic.
Oh god.
Harry, you are
Please,
soul
no.
bonded to Draco. Snape tells him. Like, it's always Snape bringing the news and telling him he's bonded to Draco, and then he
How do you
has
know
to
that?
marry him. Because I've read a few back in the day when I didn't know better. I read a lot of things back in the day. Remember male pregnancy?
Oh God.
Yeah, I read some of those. I didn't know that was coming. Did not know that was coming.
It
Just
wasn't a
blindsided
summary.
me with that. Why is your belly growing? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa! What's going on here? I'm out. Golden Flame says, "Yeah, dragons purr. My life is complete now." You know what? I have plans on writing a dragon cat creature in my book. It's the best. It's the best of both worlds. Something that can set people on fire, but will also crawl into your lap for a cuddle. Like, what more do you want? I was actually thinking about fanfic Naruto, where Kurama instantly cooperates with Kid Naruto, who shows a small hint of decency. You know, yeah. But to be fair, I kind of understand that at some level, because children are supposed to be pure.
Also, he was abused for centuries, so a little
Yeah,
bit of kindness could go a long way, maybe, under some strange circumstance. But
I agree with this one, Xana.
I
what did
think we
John do
all
in
agree
this
with this one.
fiction? He compared the dragon to a bloke and to a dog and to a dog.
Yeah, and also a cat. I think it's because he compared her to a cat.
How do you know it's a her?
Because it said, I mean, I do not know it's a her, but I think it said, yeah, deeply feminine. So I'm assuming it's a her. I'm sorry for assuming.
It's okay.
What if Harry was a Vila? What if a soul wanted to one Draco Malco? This really. I feel like I'm scrolling through fanfiction.net. Like, you guys should you guys should comment honestly. You should comment out summaries like these just so I can look at them while I'm reading this, just to lift up my soul, because this is painful. Yeah, this is what I want, buddy. Draco Soulbond sounds like something Rorschach's Blot wrote as a joke. Yeah, really, he did do a few of those, didn't he? Like joke stories, and then he went like people took him to a next level.
But he was
I
good
think
at those.
very well done, Ajax. I'm proud of you. I'm
I have
proud of you.
also avoided that.
I'm also proud of you, Myth. Yes, very lucky. I was
Mainly
not so
because I
lucky.
avoid slash pairings in general.
Why? See, this was before the slash pairings. Okay, this was before I understood what slash pairings meant. All right, I didn't know. I saw slash, and I was like, oh, well, yeah, they're fighting. You know, slash. And then,
Oh, you
yeah,
right.
I mean, it was a sort of fighting. It was kind of like fighting, but it wasn't really fighting.
They were using a different sword.
Oh no.
Darian approves of this.
Yeah, Garion and Master M. Master M, who he taught John everything he knows about swords.
Anyway,
In just a few months.
upcoming is John repeating everything that Dragon says, and it's annoying.
Yep, I see what you mean. Bonded. Blood in my veins. This reminds me. Okay, this reminds me of. You ever watched a video from a dude called Video Game Donkey?
Nope.
He was doing like a Metal Gear video, and he just made a compilation of all the times Salt Snake asks questions. like repeats whatever someone's saying. And like anytime now he finds people asking questions in quick succession, he stops and says "Psycho Mantis," which I find funny. Bonded, the blood in my veins. He was confused until he remembered what had happened just recently. Bonded, like skin changing. He did have the blood of the first men. Blood, his hand. He looked down at his cut hand. The bleeding had stopped, but the blood that had seeped out into the water had vanished. Oh yeah, because his blood went to the water and just flew all the way to the dragon? I have the blood of the first men. We are known for skin changing. Is this what you mean by about my blood?
Are they known for that?
If I remember right, they aren't known for that. In fact, the skin changers are talked about like a nightmarish kind of creature.
Yeah.
Old man stories.
Yeah.
But you know, they're known
Even
for skin.
wargs are just a myth at this point. In
Yep.
the eyes of the North.
Yeah, but you know, they're known for skin changing. Master M just reminds me of freaking Severus. Yep.
Can we not talk about Severitus, please?
I mean, I like romance, but I just don't. I don't like romance that tries to bash me in the head with it. In the Emperor Harry Potter, I read something like Itachi Naruto. Oh no, it's terrible.
At least they're close in age. What about all those Kakashi Naruto fanfictions?
It's even worse. Blood dissipates in water because it just goes everywhere, diluted. Yes, exactly. Like this person has not researched how water works, but I'm assuming he's gonna say, you know, magic made it go there, which is
It
fine.
was absorbed by the dragon.
Yeah, but like there was an entire pool of water, right? Like the dragon was awake to draw the water in like a straw, right? Or a vacuum.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, it could be argued, but he never specifically explained it. Read a Harry Potter when Harry got pregnant, and the twist of the story is that Snape is actually the dad. No.
The death of Harry or the death of Harry's child? Or both.
Oh God.
Gender bend. See, gender bend is fine. I'm fine with gender bend, as long as it's done well. Look, I'm fine with most things as long as it's done well. But anyway, I believe we need to go back to this amazing story. First men, they're known for skin changing. Is this what you mean about my blood? The dragon looked at him with such intensity. He felt it in the depths of his soul, in the marrow of his bones, as if it was trying to work him out. Its answer, clouded in mystery. Perhaps. Bonded with a dragon. Him, Jon Snow. Mad. What? He cleared his throat. What does me being bonded with you mean? Am I your pet now? He asked, trying to make light of the heavy situation by genuinely fearing that he'd be staying here for the foreseeable future. It means that you are mine and I am yours. It's very cryptic. I have to read this in a Valley Girl accent. So we're like married now? Is that what you're saying? John asked, befuddled. What is married? The dragon replied. He could sense its confusion. No, he could feel it. Not the same thing. What the F is happening? It's like a union, a ritually recognized union between two people. It's normally between two people who love each other. But the land I'm from have been using it wrong for a long time.
Oh,
For the most
please.
part. Oh my god. We're
Really?
getting lectured at by what was he, 16 and a half right now? Being lectured about what marriage should be like by a child who's never
Calm down.
even kissed a girl.
But he
What were you
flirted.
saying? Yeah, he did flirt. You're right. For the most part, it's a political tool, a sham marriage. One of the numerous reasons that place has gone to shit. John ended, feeling his ire towards the end of his explanation. Ire rising towards the end of the explanation. See, I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't. You put those there, but I don't know if I agree with that.
He only said that about gender bending.
I mean,
I feel like you added a few things in that list.
do you think Game of Thrones was done well?
I mean,
The books.
the books, yeah.
I mean, they have incest, so.
I mean that can be done. Look, male pregnancy cannot be done well. Oh, that's impossible.
Yeah.
Take care, Xana. Enjoy your pie day, because it's pie
Take
day,
care,
everybody.
Xana.
You too, Golden Flame. And yes, this is indeed getting more and more sexual.
It happens. It's a chapterly thing.
As you have the Harry Potter fan fictions where the dragon from fourth year becomes a girl, or at least half dragon.
Wait, what?
I've read one of these.
I mean, I've read one where Hogwarts becomes a girl, and
I've read several where that happens, but never the dragon.
The dragon.
I mean, there's probably also one where the unicorn in the Forbidden Forest becomes a girl.
It's terrible, isn't it? By the way, if you're leaving but you like what you saw, please make sure to like it. I definitely need everybody's help with that one. Let's see here. His ire was rising because of the marriage stuff. I can feel it, you know. I can feel your anger and power. What is the cause of this anger?
Not wondering about the power.
I'm still confusing. Confused, sorry. I'm still confused by this. People. He answered simply. 9 times out of 10, they were the cause of his anger. And people are your enemy. And now mine too. Whoa, calm down.
Good job, John.
His eyes widen. No, it's not all people. Just some people. Select individuals, not everyone. You just said 9 times out of 10.
Congratulations, John.
Some of them. He just caused the death and destruction of his entire race. He tried to defuse the situation before he unleashed death upon everybody. Okay, some people. The dragon saying this. I can help you with some people if you want. Images of Theon Greyjoy.
He's not even wearing. He's getting bashed.
It's like he didn't even do anything. No. I mean. Okay, I'm going to fully read this sentence, and I'm going to try to be as serious as possible. Okay, Zara, you can do this. You can do this. Images of Theon Greyjoy fucking launched across a field with the flick of a tail ran through his mind, and he couldn't help but look away and suppress a laugh. Like, I'm imagining Draco just showing up and be like, "Hello there, bastard," and then just gets thrown across the Winterfell by a flick of the dragon's tail.
Draco?
Sorry, Greyjoy. I said Greyjoy. Didn't I say Greyjoy?
No, you said
They're
Draco.
the same person at this point. Yes, I can do that. That is funny. Make the enemy fly. Okay, the dragon is sounding a lot like Sweet Robin.
Make the bad man fly.
Exactly. See, you got it. All right. I forgot you could hear my thoughts. Didn't know you could see them as well, he mentally said. It's okay. Sometimes my enemy just need a punch, like he broke his nose, or a speaking to. Killing them is a last resort. By the way, he spoke to Catelyn. Get it? That's what he's referring to. He answered back. The dragon huffed and stood up, water cascading down its flank and bouncing off of the crystals that adorned its flesh, creating a rainbow effect. You have woken me from my hibernation, and we've bonded via your blood offering. Tell me why it is you have come here.
It can read his mind. Why does it ask?
I'm confused. 1 second it can just snap up the image of Theon Greyjoy being thrown across a field, and then it's like, why are you here?
In fact, it even contacted him in his dreams, so the dragon knew he was coming. So
Exactly.
it has to know why he's coming there.
Please don't tell me I just foreshadowed their future relationship. Me and the Targaryen sigil, rightful heir to the Iron Throne. Okay. Is this a Song of Fire, Ice Firefight or Game of Thrones? This show Theon is actually a likable character in the show. I
Really.
think it's a Song of Ice. It's both a mix of both. To be honest, seems a mix of both. Who's the man? Not Zero, because Zero is a hero. I didn't even say that in my intro, did I?
No, not this time.
I think John is still making bad fanfiction summaries.
Are you saying this is a bad fanfiction summary?
Yes, that was a joke.
It hurts my feelings. Alright. Because of you. You asked me to come. You told me to look for you in my dreams, John answered, slightly miffed if he was being honest. Yes, I did. But something triggered our shared dreams. An event or a reason for us two to meet. What is that reason? What is the purpose you seek me out, John? She? The dragon's voice sounded feminine. She called him John. She knew his name. I just hiccuped there.
She
What
can read
purpose?
your thoughts. Of course, she knows your name.
That's look. John is not the sharpest sword in the. Okay, that's not a good analogy because he does have sharp swords. John is not the smartest book in the library. Oh, okay, that's not particularly good either. Whatever. He's not good at
He's
brain
not smart.
things. What purpose? What reason? Oh shit! The whole reason he was here in the first place. How could he have forgotten?
To be
You're on a
fair, he
quest.
missed all of the signs to begin with.
I mean, yeah, but like he climbed a mountain for these people, and then he doesn't even remember.
Got
Then
distracted by the shiny crystal dragon.
the people from my town need help. What? We must save my family.
We must save my family.
Great show. They need saving from the enemy. We must save. The bandits are coming. He exclaimed, all coming back to him now. The reason he's here for. Garion and Master M. Why is it in italics? Yo, this thing is full. This thing is full of these. It's amazing.
Why is Master M always in italics?
I don't get it. It's great though. Garion and Master M, counting on him to make the difference. What is this enemy you speak of? A group of people, a large group of people have been ravaging the Four Islands. They've raped and killed many innocents, and the town that I'm from is next. You're from? I have friends down there that I regard as family, and I've made this trip. A trip that I was sure was going to be unsuccessful and result in me dying on the mountainside. But I found you. The answer to all our prayers, the great salvation to end the suffering. He got down on his knees. I'm begging you, please help me. I can't go back empty-handed. They need me. They need us. God damn, what? What? 5 seconds ago, he didn't even remember who these people were, and now he's immediately just begging for their lives.
Yeah.
And
Expect back in the future as well.
he only actually knows 2 of them from all indication.
I mean, he did like those ladies he was flirting with. So, might be a little something going on. I will help you, John, was the dragon's calm response. Damn it! I wish I had one of the scenes from. I don't know if you ever watched Hot Fuzz, not Hot Fuzz. Kung Pao Enter the Fist. You know where he's talking to the master, and the master says, "We cannot help you," and the main character says, "I implore you to reconsider." And then the master says, okay." That's what this was. That's literally what this was.
The dragon never said no.
Coincidentally, the only scene I have from the only scene that I've clipped so far from that movie is this one.
Oh, jeez. And now the snorting starts.
I don't actually have the chance to use it. Every old man interested in him just got family zoned. Oh, it's terrible. Yo, man, John Norbert Assumption coming out with the fucking hot. These are hot comments. Like you've been on fire today, man. On fire. His eyes.
It's
wide.
Game of Thrones. Family Zone doesn't mean much.
You know what? You're right. Really?
Family duty honor.
I just see now I'm confused why Cersei is the one doing that sort of thing and not the Tully family. Anyway, we are bonded now. We are as good as family, and family helps each other no matter what. The she-dragon said. The she-dragon. Oh, I like using that one particularly when I write. Determination flashing through her, and subsequently his own mind. Thank you. Thank you so much. You have no idea how much I love you right now. Oh, God.
No.
No, please. He preached. He preached?
He preached? What is...
Well, that doesn't
What?
sound like preaching to me.
He'd done it. Master M had been right. I believe we'll be every time it's italicized like this, I'm gonna do a little laugh after I say it, like Master M. On one condition. Of course, nothing in life is free. I stay with you. I am your dragon as you are my human. Only death will break our bond. That doesn't really sound like a condition. Okay, he replied almost instantly. I mean, really, think about it. Look, if a dragon told me this, I'd just conquer the planet.
Right?
I mean, I'm sure you would be nuked at some point.
No, yeah, you're right. Now, honestly, they wouldn't even need to nuke me. They just need a sniper. Like from 3 kilometers away, just poop, dead. Okay, he replied almost instantly, actually startling the great beast. That wasn't a condition. Okay, that was a blessing. Who the fuck wouldn't want to be best buds with a dragon? See, hey, Derk even agrees.
He gets it.
I'm sorry, I mean John. I confused the two because Derk routinely inserts himself in here.
Calling it best buds.
The dragon has joined Bahaden.
Look, man, Hestia is Harry's best bud. All right. Now, you might think it's Balthazar,
for Harry
but
to
it's
think
not.
that.
But has she joined his harem?
That's terrible. I can't look at my story the same way anymore. Thank you, Ryle. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I've updated a song of Ice, Fire, and Lightning. I know I said this at the start of the video, but I should say it again because I should read it because I like that story. Imagine that, someone who actually likes the story he's writing. All right then, shall we go and save your family? She asked. Actually, she looked like she couldn't wait, and neither could John. Yes, let's do this, he said as he bounced on the spot and rubbed his hands together. The excitement between the pair was making them both restless, John bouncing on his heels. I'm trying to mime the motion, like rubbing his hands together and jumping and bouncing on his heels. Looks dumb. I never asked. What's your name? John asked her. I don't have one. I was born alone and assumed I would die alone. I had no need of a name. Aw. Aw, your plan of deep-rooted sadness churned through his and her mind. Why not just their shared mind? You need a name. What if I named you since you aren't alone anymore? He suggested. Thank you, John. He could feel the joy in her response. He did that. He'd brought joy to this stunning creature. If this dragon was lonely, why didn't you just leave the damn cave and find people to be friends with?
That is a very good question. That is likely going to be answered.
Maybe it couldn't leave unless there was blood in the pool. Maybe it was sealed or something.
Yeah, you think his blood was specifically required? Yeah, that could be it.
Aegon
the Conqueror. Yeah, you read it.
So, they did it with less resources and less plot armor. So I'm gonna be honest, the first time I read this is Aragorn, the Conqueror.
Yeah, I did it too.
So did I.
And I was like, okay, so this is the shared universe now. After the end of Aragorn, he found Westeros, and then he did this thing.
Like that? I'm not gonna read it though. What shall I be called? She asked as her tail slid from side to side in the shallow water. Get it? Because she's like a puppy? Now that's a question. What do you name a dragon? A dragon you've just met, but feel such a deep connection to already that they feel like family. Like a sister or a mother.
Get over it. I'm going to say that every time this comes up because
I know. Like I'm thinking it, and you're just like I was about to say it, and you're like, get over it. Okay, that seemed more vitriolic than what I had in mind. I've never known. Oh my god, I've never known who my mother was, but I've dreamt about her countless times over the years. In those dreams, she's always been beautiful. This first time. Oh, okay, I clapped eyes on you. I thought the same. I clapped eyes?
Also, what if his mother was ugly? That's not nice.
I clapped eyes. You know what? I need to just write this down the first time. Like, copy this. I need to actually re-engage in that old, paste it in the dumpster fire channel.
You know, maybe you could use it in your story, like.
Yeah, I know,
when Harry speaks with Dany, and she's like, "What are you saying?"
Clap my eyes on you. What the heck are you saying? All right. Oh, you're talking about How to Train Your Dragon. That was pretty fun. A good movie.
Never watched that one.
Pretty good. It's not like super high tier, amazing, good, deep, and whatever. It's a good movie for like the family.
I think it has a huge fandom, doesn't it?
It does. I've read a fan fiction in there. Like there are a lot of people who take it to the next level. It's like It's like Avatar: The Last Airbender. It seems like it's for kids, but it has a few deeper lessons, like family is important, blah blah blah. But yes, clapped eyes on you. I thought the same. Beautiful, he said as he stared into her eyes. Oh, this is so romantic. Her returning gaze was intense. Okay, I feel like this is my chapter now, the one I just wrote. 'Cause I did mention intense gazes.
So how likely is it that this will contain bestiality?
Look, man, if this thing contains that, I will stop reading it. To be honest with you.
I will assuage your fears. It does not up to where it's updated, at least.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it doesn't.
There are things I will read, and there are things I will never read. I would name you the Nihongo word for beautiful. Kireina. You say it. Like, show me your inner weeb.
You said it perfectly.
Yeah, but you
Kirena.
say it. I want to hear you say it. You and Myth.
Kirena.
There you go. Myth, your turn.
Huh?
Say it. The name.
Karena?
If you are not a man of culture.
You are not a weeb. Kireina.
No, I never claimed to be one.
You're right. If Dylan was here, he'd do it. By the way, you guys know what Dylan's doing?
Is he doing another LARP thing?
Getting beat up.
Yeah, he's in a tournament right now. He's swinging his sword with the skills he learned from reading this story with us. He's got the teachings of Master M. He will prevail, and if he doesn't prevail, we get to make fun of him.
He's channeling Jon Snow from this fanfiction.
Yes, he is. I told him to defeat his enemies like Jon Snow defeated Theon Greyjoy in one of the chapters here. They won't expect a punch. He finished, hoping she approved. Silence filled the air, but was broken after a few moments. Thank you, was Kirena's sincere reply. I'm gonna read it the way Myth read it because I'm not.
Oh no, please don't.
Kirena.
No.
Kirena, sincere reply. Her whole demeanor changed within an instant with her next words. Now, let's go save your friends. Right. Let's. John agreed, but was unsure of the next steps. What? What? How do we do this then? He asked.
How
Kirena.
dumb is he?
I don't know. Like, how do
The
you
answer
do this?
is yes.
You get. How dumb is he? Yes. But if you give it a serious moment here, in terms of writing quality, this is terrible. It's like this person doesn't know how he thinks that people in the old ages are so stupid that they cannot adapt. It's not that people were stupid back then. It's that they were ignorant. They didn't have microscopes, telescopes, scanning machines, any of those. Like, what do you call them? Centrifugal, the thing that separates liquids?
Centrifuge.
Centrifuge, yes. They didn't have those. But they weren't stupid either. Like, they had good deductive capabilities. Anyway, Irena lowered her body till she was lying flat on the water. Climb on and we'll fly out of here. We'll be saving your friends in no time.
Duh.
On? Just went with it. Trying not to show how excited and terrified he was about doing this. Why would he even be bothered with that? They have a mind link. Him, flying a dragon. The world had gone mad. What he'd give to see Lady Catelyn's face if he ever turned out back at Winterfell with Kirena. I feel like this is gonna happen.
I'm disappointed she didn't write Lady Catelyn.
I know. Even
is
John
fun.
noticed this issue. How do we do this? John asked the flying, breathing monster. I mean, I think you meant fire-breathing monster that flies, but yes, I understand. When he somehow floated hundreds of miles into a new country gone. Yep. When did John learn Japanese? He learned it off-screen, Ezio. Also, hello, how are you?
In the year he was staying there.
Yeah, like he stayed there and he learned it. Well, he didn't even learn it well because our good friend Master M in this particular Master M said he doesn't speak it very well at all. At least John sucks sometimes.
Master M was busy doing other things.
Yeah, he is teaching him a few other oral skills if you catch my drift. He slowly made his way forward as he spoke. Okay, not sure how to do this, but I'll give it a shot. He grabbed hold of one of the crystals that protruded from her scales and used it to hoist his way up to her back. As soon as he touched her, he felt a bolt of energy through his body and mind, and by the jolted movement of Kirena's scales, so did he. He placed himself between
did
the
she.
crystals. Oh yeah, so did she, you're right. I'm sorry. He placed himself between two crystals on her back and made himself comfortable. The first thing he noticed was the heat she was emitting. It wasn't overwhelming, but more like the heat of a freshly made bath. It was nice. The second thing, however, was a little more jarring as she rose up to her full height. The distance from her back to the ground was huge, and he had to hold on tight to make sure the light dizziness didn't make him fall. That would be embarrassing.
I think that would be deadly. I'm not
Yes.
sure. Is 100 feet enough to kill you if you fall down?
It's
If
enough
you're
to make you
conscious,
lose your
yeah.
grip and fall. Oh yeah, that too.
If you're unconscious, you can survive a lot.
Yeah, unconsciousness is the body's safe mode. I mean, it does make me laugh too, but if you really think about it, it is the safe mode. Like, just recovery mode. I can hear you thinking, everything will be alright. Just hold on tight. When you say alright in conversations, you don't say it like this. Especially from a dragon. Irena, mentally reassured. Oh, her name is also in italics. I don't like this. Sorry, just can't believe any of this is happening, that's all, John replied. We'll be heading out through there, so hold on tight, she told him as she gazed at the huge hole in the ceiling of the cavern. Oh, okay, we got a movie moment here. I think I have to read it like just how it reads, I have to read it like this. John took a deep breath. Oh, okay, I think I'm ready, he screamed as they took off through the opening. He hugged the crystal in front of him for dear life and closed his eyes tight shut to help calm his heart that felt like it was jumping up his throat. Open your eyes. You're missing it. Kirena whispered in his mind. He slowly opened his eyes. Open your eyes. Opened his eyes. He could feel the cold air hitting his body before opening them. But when his eyes grew wide at the sight, he knew he was flying through the clouds as the vapor attacked his face. Attacked? Calm down. Like you could say, how do you even pronounce that word? Let me see. Buffeted? No. Pronunciation.
Which one? Attacked?
Oh, buffeted. That's the word. Oh, I'll write the word to you in private chat. That thing. I looked it up. He pronounced it buffeted. Anyway. The vapor attacked his face. No words could describe what he felt. Even the air in his lungs had stopped working temporarily. They coasted lower and emerged from the clouds. Kirena's muscles and scales working together underneath him felt surreal. The sheer power he felt was unrivaled. This was probably the closest any man could get to feeling like a god. Sorry, you're uncalled? I don't agree with this at all. What fanfic is this? This fanfic is Rising Sun. If you like, I will link it to you in the chat. So just tell me if you want me to link it. John learned Japanese and he's learned how to fold a blade 1,000 times. Easy peasy. Yes, he learned how to make glorious Nippon steel.
No, he didn't. He got one though.
I know, but like, I still think it's funny to say it. Oh no, okay, it's all good. It's on. If you really are curious about wanting to cringe on your own in the comfort of your home at your own pace, it's called Rising Sun, and it's on Archive of Our Own. Okay, bro, we'll check out. All right. Just copy this thing. Put it over here. Okay. There you go. It's that thing. We are currently at chapter 7. But yeah. This was probably, okay, feeling like a god. He could see the coast from where they were, even this high up, in the god's domain. Okay, it's getting too much here. He could make out his town, Kochi, and it was getting more and more detailed the longer they flew. This is amazing. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing this with me, he shouted over the wind. No need to shout. I can hear your thoughts, remember? I know how thankful you are. You're welcome, came Kirena's response. She sounded so amused and happy. Can take a moment here. I just remembered, like, a detail I forgot in the previous chapter was that John immediately mind controlled the snow leopard,
Yeah.
and now he is an immediately full symbiosis of mind with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He has a dragon between his legs.
Oh no, the way you say that.
It's written that way. I mean, go back and read it.
Didn't back then people thought clouds were solid? Yeah, they're pretty sure they did. Glorious Yeti Nippon steel. Yes. Don't they? Yeah, they call the place here Nihon, don't they?
Yeah, it's not GT. That was actually a criticism a few chapters back.
Sounding amused. Oh, okay, yeah. This is definitely a bad writing here.
I mean, can you go up one line or one paragraph?
What, this one?
No, I mean scroll up.
Okay. More or less.
Kirena's muscles and scales working together underneath him felt surreal. The sheer power he felt was unrivaled.
3 sentences in one.
Oh God.
I mean,
Working together underneath him.
Yeah, what do you think he meant there? This was probably the closest any man could get to feeling like a god.
Are you guys on your personal server on Discord? I mean, we are not in Discord voice chat right now. I'm using, you see on the top right section where it says powered by StreamYard? That's a service that I'm using to stream with them so that they can see the what I'm reading as well as everybody else. So they don't have to like open up their own browsers and I mean in that specific page and try to keep up with me. I can just move it as I please. It's a great service. Okay, where were we? No need to shout. Yeah, okay. No, I did this. It took John around a month to reach the summit of the colossal mountain he was looking at behind him. And at Kirena space, they'd made it home within the hour. He wasn't sure what he was going to be met with, how people would react, how Kirena would react, but one thing was certain. Nothing would ever be the same again.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun. Scary. Narrow.
This will be good.
Oh yeah. Okay. I get it. They're gonna be like fighting to the death or something, and they're gonna have that moment where they're like, "It was an honor," and then
All hope is lost.
all hope is lost. All right, let's see. An arrow flew past his head as he peered over the top of the wall. The walls and gates had been barricaded a few weeks ago, just before the Imperial clan splinter team had arrived the very next day.
How did they survive this long?
I'm new here, and can you tell me what or who is Kirena? All right, Kirena is just take a second here. I'll show you exactly what she is with just a screenshot in the previous chapter.
Yeah, Kirina is the crystal dragon John has now. She can talk.
Open image in new tab. Get the image. All right, I'm
And
about
they
to
are
show
so
you
bonded.
what Kirena is. This is Kirena. Jon Snow found her in the Crystal Cave, and he bled in the water, and she woke up. All right. He didn't get a dragon. He got a badass dragon. You know how the other dragons, their hands and their wings are the same? This one has 4 legs and 2 wings, and is made of crystals. I don't.
And has blue eyes.
And has blue eyes, and can probably shoot the crystals or something. I don't even know. This thing is ridiculous.
So basically, this is a blue-eyed white dragon. Well, it's not white, but
I don't. I cannot physically write this anymore. I am not this cringe. I don't even know if I can force myself. She kind of looks like a certain Pokemon. I see it. No, I definitely see it. You're right. She does. Wait, do they feel everything the other does? I think so. So I'm fully assuming some extreme cringe when John gets together with his lady friends.
I mean, so far Kirina can feel what John thinks, but it hasn't been established that he can see what she thinks.
Exactly. Oh god, I hope there are no scenes with like Kirena and like Rogan or something. and John will be feeling the after effects. I would love for that not to happen. Logic intensifies, yeah. What about if the dragon goes into... Oh, no, please don't ask questions like that. I'm not ready. I'm not mentally ready for that.
Yeah, that doesn't happen. Don't worry.
Where were we? A month now? Okay. Arrived the very next day. It had been like this for nearly a month now. Holed up behind their walls and in their homes. Missing letter here. The clan itself were camped outside the walls. Plural, singular. The first few days they'd fought one another, their men versus the clan, but it was obvious to everyone that Garion and the rest of their people had planned perfectly for the defense of the town. The clan was losing. I mean, at least they did something, right? They did something. The clan was losing too many men trying to enter the town and seemingly decided to wait it out and besiege them instead. They weren't expecting this much resistance, and the main group had been overconfident to send a group beforehand. It had backfired, and the splinter group was now at a stalemate with them. It didn't stop them, however, from trying every siege trick in the book. Horns being blown at night to stop the residents of Kochi from sleeping, and various other methods. Does that actually work? If you think about it, horns being blown at night to stop them from sleeping would also stop your own army from sleeping.
Yeah. I mean, it could maybe work if you send them away, like a splinter group away, or not a splinter group, like...
No, I understand, like a small, like you park the army far away enough that the horn won't reach them. Yeah, I can understand that. Inky pseudo bestie love making comment. Oh no, please. Isn't there a thing where the dragons this Song of Ice and Fire verse are multi-gendered? They can switch to male or female whenever they need to reproductive purposes. I think I do remember something like that.
I don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the entire reason Valerian is gender neutral.
What did you say, Myth? You kind of cut out for a bit there.
I said I think that's the entire reason Valerian as a language is gender.
Yeah. Okay, I understand now. Yeah, it makes sense. That's probably why, yeah. Also, did you read this comment? Does that include throwing dead cows over the walls? Myth got it. I love Monty Python.
We should have read that in a French accent.
Does that include throwing dead cows over the walls? I guess the magical cool. No. Oh my
Fuck your
god.
general direction.
Your mother was a hamster, and your father smelled of elderberries. Dragons in the Song of Ice and Fire change genders as needed. Alright. Horns blown at night to stop the residents of Kochi from sleeping, and various other methods. I wonder why Master M doesn't take care of this problem. Thankfully, they hadn't brought siege weaponry with them, so the gates were fairly secure. That, however, didn't stop them from trying to scale the walls from time to time, often resulting with a failed entry and a corpse. They'd also not brought ships, so fish was still being caught by the Kochi residents in preparation for the main group arriving. Unfortunately, scouts had reported seeing a huge naval fleet sailing down the east coast of the island, and predicted they'd arrive at the docks in a matter of days, so fishing had stopped, and all of their boats were preparing a barricade in defense. A matter of days? I mean, you could still ration out a day and a half still, maybe? Getting more fish? Oh, Myth is back. Welcome back, buddy. Did you do an internet thing?
Yeah.
That's fair. The walls were closing around Kochi, in around Kochi, and there wasn't an escape in sight. An inevitability, he told Master M. Before the Imperial clan had even arrived, the man in question had refused defeat, told Garion he would not run, not abandon their town. They would defend her for as long as they could, and that his plan will work. His plan. His death sentence, more like, not only his, but everybody else's, including John's. John. Thinking of John was hard. He'd left the town to journey up that sodding mountain about a month ago now. The youthful enthusiasm and belief in his eyes when he told Garion that he'd be back, and not to worry, was easily digested on the day of his departure. But 4 weeks in, it made the pit of his stomach feel weird, and an anger towards Master Miyamoto reared its ugly head. Holy crap, he said his entire title slash name. It's not actually his name because that's Master. The man had essentially sent his friend to go die alone in the cold, to never be discovered. His body wouldn't even be buried, for God's sake. Moment to look at this thing, this particular word here. Alright. Probably torn to bits by some unknown predator that lurks up there. All because he believed in his batshit crazy plan. He looked down at the courtyard and saw the man in question. He was instructing a group of young soldiers the formations they need to use when the true fight inevitably started. Make sure you don't need to instruct these people if you've been preparing for months. How can he be so calm and confident after what he's done? He thought. Several horns blaring in the distance broke him from his musings, and he turned in their direction, and his heart sank. Stood at the peak of a hill in the distance was the Imperial clan. Oh, Myth left again. By the way, I think he replaced sat with stood.
Yeah.
Doesn't feel too cringe, not gonna lie. I've definitely read worse. So, look, I'm pretty sure that not the entire thing is gonna be cringe after cringe, but it always starts out bad, and we're gonna reach the really bad parts soon enough. I'm pretty sure when John will arrive with his dragon, it's gonna get pretty cringe, at least for me.
I mean, you haven't been here since the beginning. I mean, in the beginning we had Lyanna being flirted at with Elia, and Jon Snow calling
The whole tongue comment,
yeah,
or
Jon Snow calling Lady Catelyn Lady Cuntlin, the Thunder Cunt,
yeah,
and yeah,
it's ridiculous. You're still instructing people after months of preparation. Pretty sure you should be fired. Yeah, a shame. He won't
I mean,
actually.
most people die from Master M's instructions, so he had
Yeah,
no
he's
one
right.
can fire him.
That's a good point. That's probably why the village is having so many issues. He's killing everybody trying to learn. He's the actual enemy here. Master M. uh, dramatic entrance incoming. Yep. Stood.
Wouldn't that be a good twist if it turned out actually he only sent the one man away who could change everything for the enemy?
Yeah. You're right.
Master M was an inside man.
That is terrible.
Why? Because he was an inside man?
Mm-hmm. It was certainly inside. All right. Anyway, let's be serious here. We have a story to read. Stood at the peak of a hill in the distance was the Imperial clan. The rest of the Imperial clan, if his eyes weren't deceiving him, all of them were geared up to the teeth for war, banners waving in the breeze, and an aura of sheer confidence radiating from them as they stood stoically on the crest of a green grass hill. And in case you couldn't imagine this in your head, here's a picture. Standing stoically. The standard of, I don't even know what the standard is. Let me zoom in a little bit. No, shit, that was too much. The heck was that zoom? Hold on. Okay. It didn't even zoom it all that much. This is it. The beginning of the end. Also, yeah, I don't know why it's so cloudy. I mean, well, actually, is it super cloudy? You feel you can see the dragon coming from miles away. If it's far enough, people won't look at it because they're generally not looking up to the sky, if that makes sense.
Also, it was mentioned that John felt the clouds.
Yeah, he's gonna break. He's gonna break through the clouds, isn't he? It's gonna be stupid. The picture is just overkill. Yep, it is pretty overkill. I mean, he already he didn't even describe them wrong. Geared up for war, banners waving in the breeze, aura of sheer confidence radiating from them, stood stoically on the crest of a green grass hill, and then he just puts a picture.
He actually did a good description this time.
The one time he does it well. He adds a picture.
Maybe he wants to go with the light novel route, where you have a picture of the scene. Yeah.
I mean, I can understand that. I mean, I wouldn't respect it, but I can understand it. This is it, the beginning of the end. A few of the men on the walls were yelling instructions, telling the men to get into position for the inevitable. A small part of Garion wondered why they were even bothering. Looking over to the hill again, he saw the sheer numbers the clan had. Rows and rows of men broken into groups of roughly 200, all marching down the hill to claim their prize. Why is he so defeatist? It's bothering me. Battering rams and trebuchets crested the hill behind them, completely surrounded by the majority of their mounted soldiers. In total, Garion guessed roughly 50,000 men as he stared at the massive steel and flesh marching towards them.
He's surrounded by Japanese people. He knows he's lost.
I understand battering rams, but were trebuchets part of the Japanese
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm pretty sure they were a medieval Europe thing. But I'm not 100% on that.
Crashed just before the two armor. I don't know if you read that or if you're just making a guess. Like pictures and fics. You're just too lazy to read long detailed descriptions. See, I understand that, but I also think someone who's writing should be able to describe something without the need of images. He knows Glorious Nippon Steel will win, but he also has Glorious Nippon Steel, alright? They're both glorious and they're both Nippon. But we'll see. John is betting on it.
So yes, there were Japanese catapults.
All right.
They were called hoseki.
Osiki. I like that word. They were more successful with their previous battle than we'd expected. And with the fact that a large naval fleet was seen days away, it would seem his assumption was correct. How many men have they fucking got? He thought bitterly as he made his way down to Master M to organize the troops. He might not be his biggest fan at the moment, but they still had a job to do. Their soldiers were armed with a pole-like weapon with a blade at the end called a naginata, and wore lacquered hardened leather armor pieces that covered their vitals. Master Miyamoto himself had armor on, but less pieces, apparently to aid in his movement. Yarian
Beide?
himself had gone for the full set. What were you saying?
Read to the end. Had gone for a full set.
Mm-hmm.
Continue. I will say it after
Okay.
the end of the sentence.
Oh, okay. He was a decent swordsman, but nowhere near the level of Master M to have the confidence of wearing less protection. Mad fucker.
Why
Before
did
he
he
made
write
it.
out Master Miyamoto and then Master M?
Look, man. Master Miyamoto is when he doesn't like him. Master M when he starts thinking of him in more fond terms.
Ah, yes.
Master M. Oh,
Always walking around shirtless, probably.
exactly. I mean, yeah. Less pieces, and then he started.
Less
He wished he had the
protection.
confidence.
Master M doesn't need protection.
It's terrible. No protection. Before he made it to the bottom of the stairs, he heard another horn go off. The ground started to shake, and he was positive they'd begin their charge. He bolted up the stairs, closely followed by Master M, and checked to confirm his thoughts. The wave of soldiers running down the hill had done just that. Master M was yelling instructions as soon as he realized what was happening, telling men to prepare the wall for defense. Garion just stood and watched as the clan got closer and closer, watched as their men released arrows into the group. Loosed. He grabbed a bow himself and joined in. He released his first arrow, and his second, and then the third. This was all they could do now. They'll die, but they sure as hell be taking some of the bastards with them. He was knocking his fourth arrow. He said it right. He was knocking his fourth arrow when he heard the mutterings and mumbles from his men. He looked up at them to see what the cause of their chattering could have been, and then looked out onto the field. What? Sorry, I was drinking some water. They're retreating. Or a better way to describe it would be fleeing if the screams from men and horses alike were anything to go by. Stampedes were occurring, men crushing men, horses bolting straight through their ranks, not caring what or who they ran into. Wheeled battering rams and trebuchets left a bandit to steamroll down the hill into their own troops. Madness had overtaken the Imperial clan. Madness or fear based on their actions. He looked across at Master M to see his take on all of it. The man wasn't even facing him. He had his back to the whole scene.
He's too cool to look at his enemies.
Cool guys
Oh,
don't look at
guys, don't look at
explosions.
explosions. Great song. Master M is too fast to even need protection. This guy's a beast. Probably about to complain how few have died. Nobody died. Like I was expecting them to like go past the walls and start killing people, and then John shows up brilliantly and makes everybody surrender. But nope, they didn't even make it to the wall.
But John is still the hero.
Yeah, what in the fuck is going on? He wondered. A second look at Master M made something else obvious that he'd not seen the first time. The old man was smiling. He looked at the other men. Half of them were still looking out onto the field just like he was, but the other half were looking behind them with wide eyes and mouths agape. Why? Okay. He's facing away. He's smiling. Why not just look in the direction? Why does he have to look at everybody else before just looking in that direction?
Just look at what he's looking at.
He turned, finally, he turned
All the
around to look at whatever.
dramatic effect.
Anticlimactic, but okay. I know. I was so hoping that something good would happen. He turned around to look at whatever they were so bothered about instead of the fleeing enemy. What in 7 hells are you cut? And then he stops. That's a big bird. Oh. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
But still,
It's Jon Snow from Rising Sun.
God, John Super Snow. Man.
Jon Snow beats
Rising-
Superman.
Yeah, he does. Superman doesn't even have a beard. Like, screw that guy. And he wears his underwear over his armor. No. That's a fucking dragon! When had breathing become so hard? That doesn't look at all like Hidena.
That doesn't look like a bird at all.
Is that
I
from
get that.
Skyrim?
I think that's Skyrim. I could be wrong. This could be your generic dragon image.
Could be.
Yeah. Maybe.
That's a huge fucking dragon. A dragon. Okay, so that's a dragon. That's a dragon. That's a dragon. And it was coming right towards them. The courtyard underneath them was silent. Everybody was staring into the sky with mixed look of awe and fear. Some were even on their knees, bowing and praying.
See, Jon Snow is already getting prayed.
He's already a god figure. Haven't heard the other bits of the story. Is he sailing Westeros? No, he is not. He sailed west of Westeros and found Japan. That's why the story is called Rising Sun, because Japan is the Rising Sun Kingdom. And he's the Rising Sun, like as in child of yeah.
Rhaegar.
Him, Jonathan, standing on top of the dragon, the sun beaming on his face as the ground shook with the dragon sign. I'm already expecting this to be written like that. I think that is the swampy area near High Hrothgar. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. I haven't played Skyrim in so long. Aren't they coming out with the 6th game? Or at least they teased a JPEG at some point.
Eventually.
It will take a few years for that one.
Sure enough. Actually, have you ever heard of Skyblivion? There's like a fan effort to make Oblivion with the Skyrim engine. I thought that'd be interesting to try eventually.
I'm more interested in Beyond Skyrim. That's a series of mods that are expanding the other regions of Tamriel to Skyrim. And
I like that idea. How long is it? You should link it in the Discord and the gaming channel if you feel like it.
It will probably never be finished. Let's be honest. They released like one demo, but I wouldn't hold my breath, to be honest.
Japan is in the west. Well, if you go west enough, you'll reach Japan eventually. Yes, but it's probably not going to be out in... Yeah.
Skyblivion was also announced like 2015 or something.
Yeah, these kinds of things take time. You ever heard about Black Mesa, the project to remake Half-Life? It took them ages to finish, but they did finally finish. I actually own the game. I don't want Elder Scrolls 2 when the Elder Scrolls 5 re-release on PS. God damn it. Heard that it was Beyond Skyrim, yep. Ironically, he didn't use the canon equivalent of Japan. Yep. Could have used actual Japan that's like Leng or something in the map. But nope, they just creates an entire region. Anyway, Garion, and by the sounds of it, everybody else held their breath as the impossible beast flew over them. No, some of them were bowing and praying. This thing was huge, easily the size of a few houses. Its wingspan blocked out the sun, but he could still see the light bouncing off its scales and what looked to be gems that were embedded in its body. The draft it caused with its beating winds wings made a few men fall on their arses. Garion would have laughed at them if it wasn't too busy gasping. Something Master M was doing as well, as a few men pointed at the back of the creature. A man was on its back. Legs and arms gripped onto one of the protruding spikes on the dragon's spine. But what made his heart skip a beat was the very noticeable raven curls flowing in the wind atop the man's head. Oh, oh, his heart skipping beats.
This is reading like an over the top
I
romantic
know.
scene.
It's like John's coming back to his wife.
The homoerotic undertones are large.
He breathlessly whispered. He didn't get the chance to think any more about his friend being alive because the dragon had decided to attack the clan, and it was the most powerful and devastating thing he had ever seen. I wonder if I will actually see it. Before we keep reading. Outside topic question: are you still writing your HP fanfic? Which one? I mean,
He updated it today.
I updated the Song of Ice, Fire, and Lightning today. I usually update the rest, which are Elemental Trinity.
Yeah, when
Pursuit
are you
of
going to
Magic.
update that one?
Are you trying to pressure me?
No.
I'll update it eventually. I'm trying to put time into my book, but I also sometimes put time into my fanfics or something. Or like if I have the actual free time to do it and I can't do anything else. Like if I have the inspiration to write my book, I'm gonna write my book. I'm not gonna do anything else. Did you know that the White Tower, Cyrodiil capital, is actually visible from a spot in Skyrim? It requires the console to access some areas you can't normally access, but it's there in low res. I actually didn't know that. I should play the game again. All hail Todd. Gems embedded in its body. What did the dragon do? Roll over on gemstones? I think it did.
It's made
Or,
of crystals.
It's the crystals that are everywhere.
Excuse you, but it's made of crystal and flesh. All right, you don't get to choose. Sounds needlessly erotic. I know. This is what I mean about this whole thing. Is raven curls. Wait, if John is in Japan, does that mean Westeros is screwed with the Icy Boys? Not necessarily. I'm pretty sure he's gonna go back and do some things. Have fun. You there? If you want to hop in the chat, you're always welcome, Exodus. The link should still be in my in the private chat. Shouldn't be much of an issue. Anyway, he didn't get a chance to think anymore about his friend being alive because the dragon had decided to attack the clan. It was the most powerful. Okay, I already read this. An intense beam of white light erupted from the dragon's mouth. It's not fire, as it flew over the retreating men, ripping the ground apart and instantly turning the clansmen into dust. In fact, the light was that intense. It was already causing him a headache. He appreciated when the beast closed its mouth. Oh my god, this dragon is ridiculous.
So this is probably not what the author intended, but I'm going to read this like the crystals, like the dragon is catching the sunlight and concentrating it into a laser beam that it shoots out of its mouth.
Is that how you understood it? I just figured it just shot white light out of its mouth like in Fairy Tale.
Like I said, I don't think the author intended it like that, but also hello, Exodus.
Yeah, hello.
Let's make it have.
Look, Flocker makes a good point. That's what I thought would happen. Like, it would just shoot them with a beam and turn them into crystals.
Yeah, it rolled over on crystals, not... It does not eat them.
I mean,
that would have actually been kind of cool.
Isn't that the attack from the white? Isn't that from the blue-eyed white dragon from Yu-Gi-Oh! This laser attack?
Yeah. It does.
Don't even remember.
Yeah, I remember that one.
All right. Where were we? Okay. So he turns the clansmen into dust. But the issue with Garion isn't that. It's the fact that it was causing him a headache because it's bright. He appreciated when the beast closed its mouth. The dragon rose in the air and banked off to the left to come back around for another run. It gave Garion just enough time to see the utter destruction that had been left. The main thing he noticed was the huge trench that had been left behind from the dragon's breath, still simmering and smoking. It must have been 20 feet deep, 30 feet wide, and went on for at least 200 feet. Inside this trench was nothing but ash, soil, and what looked to have been numerous shards of polished rock left in its wake. Okay. Okay. I don't know what this is, but is it like so? Is it so intense that the actual rocks were polished, or did it turn things
Maybe
into
the
crystal?
light reflected off the crystals and it looked too bright. You couldn't even see it.
Hmm. Unlimited money. Huh. Start the Crystal People farm. Yep, I'd be rich. All that damage in less than 10 seconds. It must have disintegrated a few hundred people into dust in one run. Yep, that's exactly what was described and exactly what you
This,
just witnessed.
this feels like a humble brag from someone who just got a dragon.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, no, this is Garion talking anyway. It's not Jod. Um,
Yes, but his husband got the dragon, so.
yeah, he's humble bragging vicariously through John. Yeah, you're right. Good point. Good point. This is why you gentlemen are on this panel. You give me perspective. Because I'm always tunnel visioning sometimes. Okay, not always. Sometimes. It was coming back for another hit. Fuck me
Does it
was all he
not
could
need
say.
recharge time?
Calm down, Garion. You can do it after the battle.
Yeah, like, just wait until he's done. You know, I know John has become a full-fledged man with his raven curls, but just wait, buddy. Was all he could say as he watched the destruction of the dragon's breath from a side view. The light from its breath was so bright it would be easier looking directly at the sun. Damn, he's hyping
In
this
case you
dragon
didn't get
up.
it the first time. In case you didn't get it the first time.
Shouldn't
Exactly, like
shouldn't he be blind by then?
exactly. It's an it's like it's like 10-10 hyping up Neji in the Neji fight.
Also,
Because
here's
he's
the
so
other thing.
strong.
The
He's
inf-
so powerful.
the infinite crystal form is, a dream that can come true because of there's no recharge between the attacks.
Yeah. Like, it what took 5 seconds until she just shot it again. Again, it ripped the ground to bits and made people disappear. He could feel the ground rumble from the impact. Garion would have felt bad for them, but they brought this on themselves, raiding towns and villages, raping and slaughtering women and children. This quick death they were currently receiving was punishing them lightly, in his opinion.
Yeah, sounds like cultist propaganda.
The devastation was evident, and the Imperial clan had been given a bloody nose in the most brutal way. I think this is worse than a bloody nose. And yes, this
That's
is the
not
way
even blood.
cultists talk. The dragon finished its run and landing on the crest of the hill with a massive thump. God damn, John Norbert Assumption called it. Just lands with a thump. It raised its head and looked over the other side of the hill, the side none of them could see. It spread its wings and roared its head off at the fleeing soldiers. The noise was insanely loud, and he had to cover his ears to avoid pissing himself. It had really shaken his bladder something rotten. Shaken his bladder something rotten? He always use. Yep, you're right. You're so correct. Hello, Nina. Welcome. You guys don't know, Nina is a friend of mine who streams a lot. I link the stream on my server every Friday. The one where she does good news. It's amazing. You guys should watch it. In fact, I should start linking them on my stream. I'll have to find the link, but not right now. I want to keep reading this because this is we have finally reached an intense point in the story. The dragon destroyed everything. No contest. It doesn't even breathe fire. It's so cool that it doesn't breathe fire. So why is there a second myth in our StreamYard? Did current myth die? Yeah, I think it did.
Yeah, looks like it.
Hello, second myth. First myth is dead. Anyway, where was I? The dragon. Instead of breathing fire, it shot a laser beam and disintegrated people into dust. Yes, Good News Friday is amazing. Rarely watch streams where I don't care about the subject, and I know jack all about good boys. Good news, buddy. Cheers could be heard all around the town as Master M started yelling in his native tongue.
Oh no, the
He ran up.
italics.
It bothers me. He ran to Gary and then started bouncing around as he hugged him. He had a big goofy smile on his face as he laughed, to which everybody else on the wall and ultimately the courtyard joined in on as well. Garion couldn't help laughing along with him. Mad fucker.
They can finally marry.
Yeah, they can finally get married, have kids, you know, get that end of credits scene where they're watching over their kids over a grassy hill or something. The town quieted down as they heard the thumps getting louder and louder. Garion disengaged from the old man and looked over the battlements, the image of a dragon lowering its body to the ground, and seeing Jon Snow leaping off the back of it will be something that will be hard to forget. Even more so when Jon walks up to the beast's head and strokes it like a common house cat. He is getting so hyped right now. This is so bad. He's leaping off of the back of it. Yo, if I leap a meter down, I'll probably snap my ankle. Be honest with you here.
Well, yes, but it lowered its body to the ground. But it's still 100
It's 80 feet tall, remember?
Yeah, I don't know how this works.
He leapt 80 feet and just landed like it was nothing.
No, 100.
100? No, 100
No.
feet long, 80 feet tall.
Yeah, 80. Okay.
Maybe Master M taught him parkour. You know, there's a move in
Stuff he-
parkour.
How much is that in the measurement that makes sense?
I'll say the stream now. Need to sleep. Oh, good luck. Sorry. I'm glad you had fun, buddy. If you want links to my other fanfics, I will link them to you in the server later. If you're part of the server. If you're not part of the server, you should join the server.
That's 24 meters.
It's pretty high.
He should be dead.
Should just be snapping his legs off. That doesn't
You know,
guarantee.
there's this move in parkour where you can just use your shoulder, like just behind your shoulder weights. If you hit it, the area of impact is more.
No, you're
so
right.
the
There's
impact
a
will
way
be
to land.
spread.
Landing is an art form. He's like Sailor Moon. Remember how she would leap from the heights? Oh my god. Sailor Moon does the peace sign over her head sideways and just jumps down. Good show. Everyone kneeled and made him Kim. I'm fully expecting this. But yeah. Hushed whispers were heard when Garion ordered the main gate to be opened. You're not calling the shots here, buddy. You're not the daimyo. Get out of here. Whilst he was calling out his order, the dragon had decided to go for a flight. People were still amazed as it flew over the town and up towards the clouds. Everyone turned their attention back to the main gate as the man of the hour walked in. Longer
Yeah,
hair.
feels like a marriage.
Longer hair that looked awfully wild after his little flight. Bushy beard that was in dire need of a trim. And the biggest shit-eating grin Garion had ever seen on a person. A grin that completely disappeared when men started bowing and kneeling to him. Oh my god!
Seriously.
You called it. He called it.
This is power fantasy to the max. And everyone kneeled and made him king.
Just instantly made him knelt to him.
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, he has a dragon. Like, at what point would he just be like, I want to kill all of you?
I mean, okay, I understand. I understand them doing it, but just the way this is written.
The dragon itself is off.
Oh, it is. I mean, look. Let us take a look at the dragon again. Let us look at this thing. Just gaze upon this creature for a moment. This is John's dragon in Game of Thrones.
It feels like a building, and he jumped off of that thing.
He jumped off of that thing. You know, he didn't just jump. He leapt. All right, leapt is a stronger word than jump. It implies that, like,
Okay, fine. He leapt to his death.
but look at this thing. He just has to give him something special. It can't be that just John gets an egg, a baby dragon that he has to raise or something. No. He gets this thing, this monstrosity. With
Danny got a dragon egg, which she had to hatch with the sacrifice of her child and her husband.
This is like Game of Thrones anime. It really is. It really is. He goes to Japan, gets a weird. He's not even a Japanese dragon. It's just a special dragon. God damn it. This is both amusing and disheartening. Where were we here? Looks so uncomfortable. As he was motioning for them to rise, him and Master M raced down the stairs to the courtyard, almost knocking each other over in the process.
What?
Down. Yep, definitely.
Whoever reaches John first gets to,
This reminds me of a dialogue I remember. Like, it's essentially says that as long as someone worships me, I don't care about their gender. That's what this reminds me of.
Did you read that comment though? And John leapt from his dragon and logically died from the impact. Thank you for reading, everyone. Please leave a comment and like the story.
Wish that happened.
Comment. Yeah, I would write something like this just to mess with people. Looks like a crystal dragon. Yeah, it's a crystal and flesh dragon that's been sleeping in the core of a volcano / mountain that John had to climb.
I wouldn't be surprised if this thing appeared in Dragon City. That's the level of design it had.
Yeah, like it's so mind-boggling. John goes up a mountain, kills the snow leopard. Actually, no, he immediately
he walks into it and then chases it away.
Exactly. He immediately skin changes into a snow leopard without prior training or anything. And it makes it run away, continues the climb, reaches this cave, wakes this dragon up, and it's instantly soul bonds with him. It's straight up soul. Earlier in the chapter, it just said, "By blood we are bonded" or whatever. What is body, mind, and soul or something?
Yeah.
There's this myth. There's this myth about dragons fighting even their mates to see if they're worthy, and here it doesn't apply at all.
Yeah, it did. Like he's immediately worthy. How dare you? How dare! If I had that Greta Thunberg clip, I would have put it just right then. How dare you?
I think next time you should have the title of the fan fiction up in the upper corner if you can somehow manage that.
I mean, I could. Actually, I'll do it next time. I'm not that interested in doing it right now. Next time I will. Isn't there a link included in the description? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll include the link in the description. And anytime someone asks, the link's in the description, guys.
Yeah, but it shouldn't take long to put the title up in the corner. So this is the Rising Sun, Emmy.
Rising Sun. Now where were we? Master M raced down the stairs to the courtyard, almost knocking each other over in the process. The old man was first to John. Jesus Christ, this guy must do cardio. as he seemed to squeeze the young man to death with his crushing hug. Oh, Master M, calm down. Garrigan was too far away to hear what was being said, but by John's laughing reaction, it must have been something mad. It normally is with Master M. He reached John himself and caught him in a bruising hug of his own. You mad fucker. I can't believe what I've just seen. John laughed. Did you miss me? Damn it.
Wait. Did Jerian see anything? He was blinded.
Yeah, you're right. He was blind, wasn't he? The other's trying to make this humble king. Yeah, he's trying to make him a humble king, but it's so cringe.
He's not humble at all.
Oh my. Sounds like an HP soul bond fic. Yeah, it kind of does, except the soul bond is between John and the dragon.
But he will get his sisters later.
How much longer is this fanfic? I'd like to diversify a little to other cringe fics.
35 chapters. We are at chapter 6 or 7, so like
it's gonna take a while.
End of a year.
Look, I might start considering doing more rating streams, but this already takes way too long to do one chapter. So I don't really want to take people's time all that much because I know their time is valuable. It's just a nice little hangout where we just chill, shoot the shit, laugh at this stuff. But like if you guys would like, we can switch between stories, which is fine by me. I'm just trying to do like
I would just wait for an end point because I know that I will spoiler this much. It's not a big spoiler, but John isn't going to stay long in Japan from this point. And after he left, I guess this would be a good cutting off point for now.
Not the only thing he's gonna do to John. God damn it, I hate this story sometimes. I mean, yeah, I don't have to finish it all the way, obviously. But I am still enjoying this. I'll be honest. I'm still enjoying this.
Yeah. And you have to read the next chapter, seriously.
Yeah, I will at least read chapter 8 if you say I should. I haven't read it, but I will. Let's see here. Did you miss me? He asked as they broke from their embrace. Pretty fucking hard to miss you on the back of that thing, he jested as John laughed again. He calmed down as his tone changed. I know it's... I'll tell you all about it later, but first, I need food and a bath. Then we'll talk about how to deal with the rest of the Imperial clan. We spooked them into fleeing, but they'll be back eventually. I'm pretty sure they're just gonna surrender.
A frigate dragon that does not need recharge attacks them and they'll be back eventually.
The dragon just burped in their direction and they died.
Disintegrated, no dead bodies even.
Yeah, just dust. They just turned them into dust. It was like they were nothing.
We don't even have to clean up.
Garion nodded as him, John, and Master M made their way up to his house to regroup and plan their next course of action. Fucking dragon, he muttered to himself as he shook his head. John and Master M chuckled at him as they headed home. Rhaenys, oh my. It's just jumped to Rhaenys. Alright. What kind of accent? French?
Not yet.
Yeah. I guess we can do it only for that.
We did say only for Eddard, but
only for Eddard.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but I don't think he happy. Well, let's see. If Eddard appears and he speaks, at least speak him in French.
I missed all of what you said.
If Eddard appears, his dialogue you should read with the accent.
All right. I'll just read this normally then. The morning after the feast was rough. She'd overindulged on wine throughout the night, and the banging headache she had when she woke up was her punishment. That, coupled with the chill and the fresh northern air that seeped through the cracks of their chamber window, made it a rough awakening that morning. Stretching her arms above her head and cracking her knuckles was always the first thing she did when she woke up. The loud accompanying yawn would always alert anybody outside that she was awake. What wasn't normal was the Let me build up in her throat and the sticky remnants of her sleep in the corners of her eye. What?
That's what normal
Oh,
people deal with, right?
Sorry,
I
what?
I mean,
don't.
the eye part.
No, I don't.
What's me?
I don't think this is. Phlegmy is like when when you're coughing and you're trying to spit something out, the
Yeah.
mucus ish. That's what it is.
Okay.
Phlegm.
Why doesn't he just write mucus?
I mean, yeah, I understand that, but like
If
sticky
it's in your throat,
remnants.
it's phlegm, and if it's
Look,
outside, it's mucus.
here's how my brain thinks. I see sticky remnants. I think of a white substance that men
I've got
emit.
it.
Calm down, Zero.
Okay, calm down.
Just saying. I'm just saying. It build up in her throat, sticky remnants. I'm just saying. All right.
You are the worst.
Look,
Jon Snow isn't there yet, so.
it's fair. That's all I need. She said to no one in particular as she dragged her sorry ass to the bowl of water that was on the vanity and rinsed her face off. She looked up into the looking glass at her reflection. She huffed. You look as rough as I feel, she said to herself. What is it with these characters being so stupid? Charming, was the reply from her mother, who just let herself in, quiet as a mouse she was. She rolled her eyes. A dull ache bolted through them since she was still half asleep. You can knock, mother. Mothers don't knock. Would have thought you'd have learnt that by now, sweetheart, was her mother's reply. Elliot's kind of snarky in this one.
Just kinda?
She rubbed her face again to truly wake herself and searched around her chambers for a handkerchief to blow the death out of her nose. Are you all right? You do look a bit under the weather, came her mother's concerned inquiry.
Oh no, she caught the coronavirus.
That's because she didn't take that vaccine.
And all that partying. And all that
That's
partying.
Should have worn that mask.
She didn't do social distancing. She's got the Roan Chan. All right, let's stop on the Roan. I'm sorry I put it up. I'm sorry I continued with it. I'll be fine. Just a bit congested, that's all. Pretty sure they don't say congested in those times. Came her distracted reply as she blew her nose on her newly found handkerchief. I'll send the handmaidens up to run you a hot bath after I had a talk with you, Elia replied. I see what you mean with these, replied, inquiry. I just say said. Rhaenys strolled back to her bed and wrapped herself up in the furs. Her mother joined her and sat at the end of the bed facing her. Oh, I like this. He's not saying was sat. Did you enjoy the feast last night? I saw Dany. She seemed to be having a right old laugh with the two Stark girls, her mother asked. She shrugged her shoulders. Hey, it was all right. I was seated with the three Stark boys, so we didn't have much in common to talk about. Lord Rob was more interested in getting married with his friend Theon, and the two younger ones wanted to talk about the Kingsguard all night. She shook her head. And don't even get me started on Lady Stark. Oh no, that's what to begin. I didn't appreciate her subtle lecture about the faith in my wine consumption. That wine was my only companion last night, and I'm paying for it this morning.
So for a moment I read, can you scroll up again? Rob was Lord Rob was more interested in getting married with his friend Theon.
You're married.
Yeah.
It took me a second too. I looked at it and I was like, you know what? It kind of sounds like. Oh wait, married.
I mean, this is the rising sun. That wouldn't.
By the way, take care in Ajax. I hope whatever you're eating is gonna be amazing. I personally had a burger.
And hope you won't wake up like Rhaenys did.
All right. Also, I just realized what you just said, Exodus. I wasn't even paying attention until I just retroactively paid attention. Oh, Ray. Elia shook her head. It can't have been that bad. I saw you and Rob chatting earlier in the night, and again when you were dancing. He wasn't ignoring you, just enjoying himself with his friends, that's all. Don't look too much into it, her mother finished. I wasn't planning on it. She side-eyed her mother, trying to catch her reaction. Elia spotted this. Don't look at me like that. Just don't judge the boy after one night, she suggested. Her eyes sharpened at that. I know what you're doing, she accused. Not doing anything, her mother replied as she got up and started touching up her hair in the looking glass. Don't lie to me, I know what this is, came Marie's reply. Oh my god, so I get what where this author is trying to go with this, but it's so unnecessarily dramatic. Or rather, the execution of the drama is bad. You can tell.
Oh, Myth. What's up
Oh,
with
he's
Myth?
still here.
He left for a few.
Mm-hmm.
He left for
He's
a
done
few.
this a few times.
Ah.
Not doing. I mean, look at this. There's no emotions anywhere aside from the side eye. She's not moving her hands, not speaking, not really injecting
Uh,
emotion into her voice. She's
no,
not.
she did start touching up her hair in the looking glass.
Yeah, I mean, he's giving it a shot. It's just not done well. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
If it's not done well, it just pulls you out of the scene itself. That's the thing I stress to most people who ask me for advice. It's immersion. If you can't immerse yourself in the story, it's not a good story.
I mean, I was broken out of the emotion from the dragon part itself, so he has just lost me there.
Oh yeah, of course. Oh, Myth's back. Welcome back, Mythman, professional Hagrid
Yeah, I'm just
impersonator.
experiencing technical difficulties today.
It's all
Yeah.
good.
This
All
is
good,
Myth
buddy.
the Third.
I have the same issues sometimes, very rarely, because I have good internet. It's like bragging about my internet.
Mobile data.
Let's continue.
Listen, Ray, we aren't forcing you into anything, but Rhaegar and I are getting worried. We're getting worried for both you and Danny. You can't be alone forever, Ray. You'll eventually marry at some point. By the time you realize that, all the good ones your age will have families of their own. You'll be left with old codgers like Walder Frey to choose from. They both shuddered.
That doesn't make sense. She could still choose someone younger.
Yes, you could. I mean, not quite. The issue with marrying off women in those times was that they needed to be young.
Yeah, but
Zero.
they already
Zero.
got
I
a
might
blonde
I
chart.
might have to
I
hop
mean,
off. I
Oh,
might
I'll
have to
give you
hop
Exodus.
off. Yeah, okay. Then. Okay, bye.
Take care.
they,
I'll watch the rest of the
Bye.
stream tomorrow. Bye.
Oh, it's all good. Watching it whenever you like, man.
the point is, they already got the permission to marry whoever they want from Rhaegar.
Did you hear that comment? Oh man. Stop trying to pip out your daughter to some second right man. Let me introduce you to John, the heron to be protagonist, a humble man, though his actions have been different. Yo, John is on fire today. And I mean John Norbert of Sunshine, not Jon Snow. Screw that guy. Also,
Got some good
there's-
comments today.
Oh, he always has good
He
comments, but
always has good comments.
he's next level now. He's ascended into godhood, much like Jon Snow did in this chapter.
But John, you didn't write another cringy fanfiction summary. How about the Naruto one?
Oh God, oh dear. Why does he have to be trueborn? Oh no. Why can't I marry a man who's made himself instead of getting it given to him? Someone who understands the actual world we live in, not the imaginary one lords and ladies live in. Someone who values me because of me and not the title, lands, or dowry, Ray explained passionately. Okay, the level of hypocrisy in this. Getting it given to him. Like, what did you do to earn what you have? Elia came and sat back down on the bed and shook her head in exasperation. It's not that simple, Ray. You're a royal, a princess of the realm, the king's daughter. Nothing but trueborn would be acceptable for you. Anything less would be viewed as an insult to the trueborn lords you've previously refused. She carried on before Ray could
Is he
retort.
meaning highborn here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Highborn makes much more sense in this context than trueborn.
I think the implication. I mean, what the guy was going for was trying to explain. Even highborn bastards wouldn't work. Like even if I don't know, say Tywin had a bastard daughter, they still wouldn't accept it. That makes sense. I mean, bastard son. Sorry. I don't know if that makes sense to you guys, but it does to me.
I mean, a bastard daughter is also a problem.
She carried on before Ray could retort. Just give Rob a chance. Look at your brother. He wasn't too pleased about his arranged marriage at first, but look at him now, madly in love with his lady wife, with a babe on the way. She patted her on the shoulder. Me and your father were an arranged marriage, and we love each other very much. I don't see why it can't happen for you either. She finished. This is a bad argument, and I'm already expecting Ray needs to make a comment.
Your father and I.
I mean, yeah, but I meant more the love each other. But yeah, there it is. Her blood
Well,
was up.
yeah, but
I know. I'm trying not to stop at every single one, if you know what I mean. I mean, there's already so many issues here. No comma here.
Oh shit, the next comment.
I know, I saw it. This should be a semicolon. And so on. So many errors. Her blood was up. Though I don't consider this one an error. This is more of a stylistic thing. A lot of people will tell you should have commas and then this should be lowercase, and a lot of people will tell you just use a period and use an uppercase. It doesn't matter. I do both. In my fan fictions, I do it like this. In my actual book, I do it the traditional way. Her blood was up, and she didn't think when she replied. Yeah, it only took you kidnapping somebody and sending the Seven Kingdoms into war for you to get to that point. Her mother's sharp eyes and scowl.
burn.
Yes. You know, they said, oh, wait, she's not even a Targaryen, so that burn is legitimate, because Targaryens don't get burned. Her mother's sharp eyes and scowl were on her in an instant. She'd never seen her so angry before. I'm sorry, Mother. I didn't mean. She tried to apologize. Elia put her hand up to cease her apology. She stood up, straightened her dress, and left the room with a slam. Okay, the door slammed. Fuck, she muttered as she put her face in her hands. Her head hurt. Her throat hurt. She couldn't breathe through her nose properly, and she just royally pissed her mother off. Get it?
Yes, she's a royal.
She's a royal. I'll just keep going. The day hadn't even started yet. A knock on the door disturbed her inner turmoil as she rose from the bed. She called out to ask who it was, and the handmaid as her mother promised responded. Wait, the handmaid as her mother promised? Oh, I'm guessing provided? Or whatever. Responded through the wood of the door. She replied to them to come in, and 3 young women entered their chambers. One of the... Oh, okay, promise for the hot bath.
Yes.
Right. One of them carrying a pail of hot water, and the other 2 carrying a copper tub for her bath. Whoa, 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 whoa. 2 women carrying a tub?
Wouldn't a tub already be in her room and they're just carrying pails of water?
Yeah,
fill
but
it?
I mean, just consider the tub itself. How much would a copper tub weigh?
A lot. Certainly not something 2 women are carrying.
I'm not even sure. Like, a
Are you
copper
under-
bathtub.
Are you underestimating girl power?
Oh no. No, we at Zero Rewind's channel, we do not endorse this anti-female sentiment. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. For her bath. A hot bath sounds like heaven right about now. Then I need to find Mother and apologize. She mused to herself. You think to yourself, you muse. You don't muse to yourself. Half an hour had passed since she'd been cleaned by the handmaidens. They'd left shortly after they'd finished and let Ray relax in the warm water, eyes closed and warmth surrounding her. Give her a chance to take her mother's word into account and actually think about Rob for once. Hey, remember the speech where she said she wanted someone who would earn things for himself? This chick cannot even be bothered to clean herself up.
Yes, but she's
Just-
a princess, so it's okay.
I know, just keep that in mind. Ray had a type. Dark, handsome, and dangerous.
Didn't we already have this?
I think, yeah, she already talked about this, wasn't it? Didn't she?
Yes, last chapter.
Yep.
With Danny.
So I just looked it up. A copper bathtub weighs 45 kilograms, which is 99 pounds.
Okay, 2 women could carry that.
Yeah, 2 women can carry that.
Even though it wouldn't make sense for them to carry that all the way to a room. And it would have made more sense to have the tub already in the room. Or like in the part where they're like preparing for the arrival. That would make sense. But not the same day she's about to take the bath. But anyway. Ray had a type, you guys. Dark,
Yes.
handsome, and dangerous. A bonus if they could make her laugh. It wasn't really fair to compare Rob to her perfect man, but she couldn't help it. He had short auburn curls that were nice enough, but they weren't the long dark curls that she could see in her mind's eye. Ooh. Raven curls, remember that part? His
Yeah.
eyes were nice. Deep blue eyes, the color of the ocean. Still, it wasn't the deep browns or the ash gray that her mystery man had. A bit of a shame he'd not inherited his father's coloring.
It's Mustang.
He was
Oh,
also
but-
the other prodigy.
He was from loser. He was the prodigy. We weren't supposed to be close, yet we were closer than anyone thought. A story of star-crossed lovers from 2 different worlds. Scenario. Yeah, that's right.
Please.
Oh
The
no!
thing, the
God
thing
damn
is,
it.
this is an act. If it wasn't
This
for
sounds like a legit fan fiction.
not only that,
Yes.
if it wasn't for the yaoi part, this is a totally normal romance plot.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, that took me off guard. Alright. He was handsome. She couldn't deny that, but she'd established a
Throw
few
in some
years
gender
ago.
bending, I might actually read that.
You know what? I might too. If it was good. A few years ago she was a girl who liked a nice beard on a man. And there wasn't an ounce of facial hair on Rob's face. Calm down, he's still 15 or 16. Not everybody can be Jon Snow, alright? Calm down. Some ladies would love that, but not her. She'd not seen much of his body, but he's probably in shape if the dance they had last night was anything to go by. So he had that going for him at least. At the end of the day, any woman would not be disappointed with being married to Rob. He was handsome, respectful, and the heir to a great house, but Ray could not see herself living up here with him in the future. The cold of the north was already annoying her. She's half Dornish. The heat of the sun was in her veins. She was already looking forward to being south of the neck. Alright.
Other than
Like-
John, next challenge, a Pokemon fan fiction summary. Continue. Also, not Betrayed Ash. That is too easy.
Betrayed Ash is way too easy. There's probably plenty of fics like that on Wattpad. No, I wasn't gonna say anything, but you're right. You're right.
We don't talk about Wattpad.
I do sometimes.
I mean, it's filled already on Archive for Own and fanfiction.net, so.
This is true. Hey, I need a few seconds here to do something. Could you um read this part here for me?
Sure. I suppose nothing is going to get done, said in here, she thought to herself. What? I suppose nothing is gonna get done, said in here. Yeah, I don't get it. She climbed out of a warm tub and into the cold air of her chambers, darting straight for her robe to keep the heat in. She knew she'd forgotten something when the maids were here. She padded barefoot to the door and ushered in the handmaidens who had been waiting for her to finish. She asked the last girl to help get the hearth up and running.
Oh, you already read the whole thing. Hey, read this too.
The girl's eyes went wide.
Indeed.
It seemed she'd forgot as well. Of course, Your Grace, she said as she passed the rest of the maids and rushed straight to the hearth. The rest of the girls clothed her in the thickest wool dress that she owned and placed a light grey fur cloak on her shoulders to finish the look. She was cleaned, changed, and warm. Now she could function properly, and the first thing on the agenda was finding her mother and apologizing. Her rumbling stomach would have to wait. Sir John... What? Jonathan? Sir
Derry?
Jonathan was waiting outside for her when she opened the door to let the handmaidens out. She said her good mornings to the men, and they both chatted away as they made their way towards her parents' bedchambers in search of her mother. As they both turned the corner, they saw Sir Oswell waiting outside of the royal chambers, so it was evident her mother was inside. She nodded to Sir Oswell as he knocked on the chamber doors and announced her. Princess Rhaenys is here to see you, Your Grace.
You can stop here.
Okay.
I was just taking some time to I wanted to link Nina's channel for those who are interested in good news. But it took me a second to find the link. No, it's not this. Copy link. Alright. Any of you are interested?
So,
I'll drop the link here.
what are your thoughts so far?
My thoughts of this scene here?
Yeah. I mean, nothing really happens.
Yeah, like it just.
It's filler.
Of course, Your Grace. Just finds the maze. I'm guessing they're gonna talk they're gonna talk about John.
Oh. Why are we going to talk about John?
I mean, I'm assuming at some point John is gonna get mentioned, right?
He was mentioned last night at the feast.
I know, but like in this scene, if you know what I mean, like maybe a maid will talk about her or something.
I'm not
Talk
sure.
about him.
Well, let's continue. Let's see.
I mean, they blush about him a lot, so maybe.
Hey, yeah, exactly. That's what I was trying to go for. You already read this. Send her in, please. Was the muffled reply from her mother. Here goes nothing. She thought to herself. It's not the first time her Dornish temper has gotten her into trouble. She slowly opened the chamber door and crept inside, Sir Jonathan waiting outside alongside his brother-in-arms. She looked across the room and saw her mother sat at her vanity brushing her hair. Mother, she asked in a soft voice. No, sorry. Mother. Elia turned from her looking glass while still brushing her hair. It was obvious in an instant to Rhaenys that she'd been crying. Yes, darling, was her reply. Rhaen walked with purpose to her mother and instantly embraced her in a tight hug. I'm so sorry, Mother. I didn't mean any of what I said to you. I was just angry, that's all. You know what I'm like when I'm in an argument. When an argument doesn't go my way. I go on the defensive and spew nasty comments. I'm truly sorry, Mother. Please forgive me. She pleaded as her own tears decided to make an appearance. Oh, you missed Rhaenys insult Elia, her mother, and now she is apologizing.
Yeah, with a pretty good burn, actually.
Sickest of burns.
She had a burn sicker than the burn we saw in chapter 1.
or the light beam.
Or the light beam. Basically implied her mother was a rake, which is kind of like that other word that's a garden tool. Shush, sweetheart. I know you didn't mean it. It just shocked me, that's all. Her mother. Code?
Good.
As she stroked her hair.
Also, this is so unrealistic. I mean, she said something really nasty. Why does she immediately forgive her? Like,
Look, man, Elia is a nice lady, alright?
no one
be
is that
accepting.
nice.
Elia was that nice. Remember all those stories about her? She was the most kind person ever. Trademark. Her kindness is trademark, just like Garion's smile
Miles and Japes.
and Japes. Yes, and his jests. They held each other for a few minutes, letting each other collect themselves into the royals they were, and disengage from their hug. Ray still wasn't convinced her mother knew how sincerely sorry she was. I am truly sorry, mother. You know that, don't you? I hate falling out with you. Elia shook her head. Shush. No more of that now. Yes, I know you're sorry, but I'm sorry too. I'm sorry for pressuring you so much with the whole marriage talk. Me and your father are just trying to look out for you and trying to make the best possible future for you because we love you. Always. Oh.
Always a Snape's line.
Good luck with schoolwork, Fluffy.
Yeah.
See you later.
Bye.
Also, what? Yeah, you already answered that. Never mind.
What was your question? I want to know. I want to know though.
Missed, but you already answered that, so let's continue.
Oh. She managed to hold back from crying again as she hugged her mother a second time. Maybe she'd been dramatic about the whole situation. Maybe if she spent some time with Rob, then her mother would at least appreciate the effort, even if nothing came out of it. I'll see what Lord Rob is up to today, see if he'd like to show me around Winterfell for you, she told her mother, whose eyes went bright and smile grew on her face. When did her dad become relevant? I don't even know.
He's never relevant.
He's never like the only scene we've seen him in the scenes we've seen him so far is him like constantly depressed and telling Melisandre to just piss off, and then the scene with Ned in the crypts, and I think one in the solar. I don't even remember anymore. He didn't have a presence in any of them. That's all I ask, sweetheart. Thank you. Elia replied as they hugged again. I'm not promising anything, she mumbled into her mother's shoulder. That's fine. The fact that you're trying is enough for me, came her reply. Doesn't this tug at your heartstrings?
No.
So cringe.
Love you, she said, face still in her mother's shoulder. Love you too, my ray of sunshine.
No. Seriously.
Why did I not see that coming?
Be gone.
Alright, I'm gonna just no. This deserves to be immortalized.
That deserves to go in the Discord.
This one is I mean, we can't not put it.
Yeah, John, that's exactly it. Also, you haven't posted your Pokemon summary yet.
The hills are alive with the screens of Ponswine. Yes. You know, at least Sirius was charming. Yeah, you knew what you were getting into with him, and he could make you laugh. Even
Also,
if he is a character on a piece of paper.
He never made a serious joke in the entire canon, I think.
Screams at Sasuke calling Sarada his little peanut.
Wait,
did he really?
Happened? Seriously? I don't watch Boruto.
Hold on. Sarada Little peanut.
Also Salada, I think.
Yeah, she's a salad. Sasuke is the Vegeta counterpart.
Yes, obviously.
Get it? Vegetable.
Yes, I get it.
Love you too, my ray of sunshine. God damn it. Came Elia's reply. Childhood nickname and all.
Oh
Catelyn.
yes, Lady Catelyn. Let's go.
A Catelyn. Whoa. I'm not ready for this. Hold on. And just straighten up in my chair, rub my hands together, bounce on the heels of my feet, just like John did earlier in this chapter.
And French. I think this counts as French. I mean,
Oh, French accent. Yes, she is the wife of Ned Stark, the awakened wolf, Lyanna's beloved brother. Right. French. Oh. La France. We begin. She couldn't be more pleased with herself if she tried. Watching her eldest escort the king's daughter around their home, both of them chatting and smiling as her son was no doubt charming the princess with stories of his childhood as he pointed out several different aspects of Winterfell. They made a rather handsome couple in her opinion, strolling around arm in arm in what would one day be their keep to rule. She herself was strolling around arm in arm with her beloved. She told him she wanted to survey the keep to make sure everything was running smoothly while they had guests under their roof. But she told a little white lie there. Completely innocent, she thought. She just wanted to see how her son and future bride got on. She turned to Ned, who himself seemed to be lost in his mind. Something she'd noticed quite a lot since the royal family had arrived. Look at them, Ned. Don't they make a lovely couple? She could, pride swelling in her chest when thinking of her eldest son.
hey, you forgot something.
Which part?
Whenever
Oh, Ned.
Ned is mentioned,
I mean, it's a conversation, though. Oh, wait, here. Never mind. She turned to Ned, Diana's brother. The awakened wolf.
okay.
It would seem she'd broken Ned, Lyanna's beloved brother this time. The awakened wolf, out of his thoughts when he replied, "Sorry, love, you were saying?" She nodded over. Okay. She nodded over towards the young couple, both of them currently walking towards the glass gardens. "I was just saying they make a lovely couple, my love," she finished with a soft smile. "They do, aye, but I wouldn't be getting too carried away, Cat. Nothing has been made official yet," Ned answered. Ooh, comment. I like this comment. Yeah, Kakashi gave the Sasuke parenting advice based on his Ita Ita novels. Cute nicknames was the key to any lady's heart. So he called Sarada Little Peanut. It was as effective as it should be. That's adorable.
Well, to be fair, I know real life people that call their very young children stuff like Little Peanut or Little Bean.
I want to call every one of you Little Peanut. I'm going to address everybody in the server as my Little Peanut now.
No, you.
No, you.
Do it.
I love that emoji. She tutted and softly slapped his shoulder. "It's good as, my dear. Just look at them both. It's an ideal match. Not only do they look good together, but the marriage would unite four great houses. It's a no-brainer." She smiled as she looked off into the distance. "It would also help explain why the king came all this way with his unwed daughter. I, for one, don't believe he came here just for a visit." Ned shook his head at her. "The king came here to visit his wife's resting place and get the North situation in order. His master of whispers, Lord Varys, has heard some disturbing reports that I've neglected to hear myself." This was the first time she'd heard of the king and her husband's little one-on-one meeting yesterday. Disturbing reports. What have they heard? She asked as the pair of them walked under an archway towards the glass gardens. Ned sighed. Lord Varys has apparently heard several reports of murders being carried out between Hornwood and the Dreadfort. Reports indicate that one Ramsay Snow, Lord Bolton's natural son, is behind the killings. Really? Are we seriously gonna do this story?
Really? Gotta get Ramsey out of the way before John comes home, I guess.
Gotta fix the problems. Every single problem, we gotta fix them. Every problem that nobody likes Ramsay Snow. He's a bad dude. Let's get rid of him. This is how this author's thinking. She shook her head. How dreadful! Have you heard anything from Lord Bolton yourself? The fact that it's his bastard and not his heir, Lord Domeric, is not a surprise. But what is that we've not heard of anything ourselves. Ed dropped her arm. Here we go, defending the bastard again, she thought. It's not good enough for you, is it? It's not good enough that he's gone. Been gone for over a year now. You still have to pull him down, constantly belittling him. I'm starting to grow tired of it now, Ned harshly whispered to her. She wasn't having it, though. His devil-born whelp was gone. And not soon enough in her eyes. You know this could have been all avoided if you hadn't spread some cheap tavern wench's legs and bestowed the poisoned fruit of that act on our family. Yo, this sentence, though. Just plot armor makes sense with Dr. Dead. Yeah, it does. As a critic, I disapproved. As a person, I understand the urge to give Ramsay is. Yep, exactly. Like, I obviously, everybody wants Ramsay to die. Obviously. Now, does it make sense for this to just be tied off in a nice little clean knot? No. But no. You had to bring him into our home.
I did read a fanfiction today about Harry Potter being reborn as Dominic Bolton. And like there was one scene where he met Ramsay and he immediately sent him to the wall. Like
just like that?
Yeah. Because he had legitimacy, so.
Oh yeah, you're right. Ned will die, I'm calling it now, Ned dies in this. Alright, well, we'll see. You know, like Catelyn will probably stab him or something. But no, you had to bring him into our home. The constant reminder that my husband preferred the bed of a whore to his own wife's. You, Lord Stark, are more to blame in this situation than I ever was. She heatedly replied as a few workers around the courtyard started sneaking looks at them. With a huff, her husband turned around and headed back towards the Great Keep, people moving out of his way to avoid his cold anger. She was in the right, she knew. Bastards were the spawn of lust, greed, and treachery. The fact that the bastard had been running around murdering people is evidence of that. She was well within her right to reinforce her beliefs to Ned, but the fact that he tried to pin blame on her had really hurt. With a huff, she picked up her skirts and headed towards the glass gardens to see how her son was getting on. If she was honest with herself, she wouldn't be too angry if she caught the pair in an embrace of sorts. Calm down there, Catelyn.
That sounds a little close to a double standard there.
She just talked about lust and treachery and greed, and then she's like, I wouldn't be too angry if my son was doing that. By the way, Ryle, Najex asked if you could link the story. I don't know if you did.
Wait.
Story with Harry reborn as Domeric.
Yeah. I mean, if you really want to read it.
You can link it in the private chat. I don't know if you're on the stream itself, or if you can just link it in the server. Actually,
I can go on the stream. Don't worry. I do have a YouTube account, you know.
I know, but I don't know if you're allowed to put links on.
I think I can.
We'll see. If you can't, then I'll do it. I don't have a moderator thing on it, so it should be good. He's gonna link it in the stream itself. Orphan Square doubles the protagonist's suffering, and the protagonist becomes stronger. Superman also uses this formula. Oh, the reason why you block? All right. Say something normal in the chat, like just type in anything, like hello.
Wait, what? Oh, sorry.
What is it?
I got feedback from the YouTube stream.
Oh, it's all good. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, did the link appear? I can't see it in the comments. Doesn't look like it.
You can't see it, but I want you to just type whatever, anything. Like
I put it in garbage fiction in the Discord server, in dumpster fire. Sorry.
That's fine. Yeah, no, that works. Anyway, back to our regular programming. Really hurt. Okay. Embrace the source. Okay. This would just help the whole situation out if they were already amiable with each other. It took nearly a year for her and Ned to get to that stage. No thanks to the bastard. Like? I think that this just forgot to delete it or something. You're welcome. Even though I didn't actually do anything, I'm gonna take the credit. Approaching the glass gardens, she noticed a king's guard waiting at the open door to the inside, obviously keeping an eye on the lovebirds. She didn't want to disturb them, but she still sneaked a look through the glass before leaving. Rob and Princess...
Who are you on Discord? Your name isn't the same.
Oh, he's I'll tell you who he is. General chat. I'll scroll up for a bit here. He's Lord Harrowmont. You'll find him pretty quickly. Found him?
Good. Continue.
Alright, let's see. Rob and Princess Rhaenys were sat. Oh no. On a box near the entrance. He can't go a chapter without writing this. I swear. On a box near the entrance to the gardens themselves. Rob had a piece of parchment and charcoal and was scribbling something down that she couldn't see herself. Princess Rhaenys was talking to him, but that was inaudible. But from the smiles they were sending to each other and at one point laughter, she was quite confident her son would be getting the princess he deserved. Just a matter of convincing the king now. Oh, it's done. Notes, hope you enjoyed the chapter. Next chapter will be a bumper chapter and be the last in Act 1. John's making moves. Heck is a bumper chapter.
I think he means the finale of Act 1 or something. Never heard that word.
Same. I'm breaking the story down to acts to help me with structuring. Chapters will be still coming regularly. Alright. Now, time for the worst part. Or best part.
The comments.
Comment section. Account deleted says. Nice chapter. Good to see things rolling. Your chapter does raise a fun question to me, though. Realistically, why would Rhaenys' type be someone like she described? From what I understand of psychology, you are more inclined to someone similar to your parents, and her description doesn't really sound like it. Not sure if Elia would count, considering I know nothing of her character. Maybe some elaboration on that would help to make it clearer why she feels that way. Just a thought. Great job so far. Great job. We're doing good here. Alright, let's see what the reply is. Thanks. It is a fun question, haha. But if I were to explain it, I would say it's an attraction to the mysterious. An attraction to the opposite of what is paraded in front of her on a daily basis at court. Fair-haired, bright-eyed boys vying for her attention, using nothing but perfumed words and empty gestures. Shit, is nobody black-haired in the court? What is this?
This is dumb.
Apparently not.
What is the Is the nobility a bunch of Aryans? Is this what's going on here?
They
You did
they
not
exiled
say
all the
that.
dark-haired lords to push away the Baratheons.
Like, I understand the Targaryens keeping the Valerians, the people with descent from old Valyria near them. I would understand that. But when you say court, you mean the entire kingdom, which means the Crown lands, people in Stormlands coming over with, whatever news. Everyone. So I'm pretty sure it's not everybody that's fair-haired and bright-eyed. I'm down there. Boys using the lordship as a weapon to charm her. She's sick to the back teeth of them and sees herself as someone nothing like them. Someone a bit like John. Haha.
We get it.
Black hair is the most common hair color. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's almost as if I'm trying to set the wheels in motion for the relationship tags by having Danny and Ray subconsciously think about John, picturing someone in their mind's eye.
It's not very subtle.
It is
At
definitely
all.
not subtle, buddy. It is not at all subtle. At the end of the day, it's just a fic. This is the issue with most fan fictions. It's just a fic. It's whatever. Someone they had a bad day at work. They come home. They write a fic. Whatever. I totally understand. But some people use that line.
I wish I could write at a drop of a hat like that.
No, me too. And again, that's what I did last night and the night before, didn't I? God damn it. People waited since November, and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to keep waiting because I got other things to do. And the moment I decide to do the chapter, I just write it down in a day and a half. I have a question. Does the dragon breath breathe fire, or it fires a beam of light like Godzilla? Gojira!
Godzilla!
John's harem layer of his plot armor. Yes, indeed. Like very, very much like Shrek. I'm glad somebody caught that. No, it's.
It wasn't hidden. It wasn't hidden. It was literally just laying there on the ground. No one needed to catch it. It's just that person was the only one to bother to lean down and pick it up.
No, it's not. It's a turd on the ground. Nobody wanted to catch it. It's not dragon fire. It's more light and energy based, similar to a laser. It will be explained in more detail in a later chapter. If you wanted to know what it looked like, then yes, very similar to Godzilla. Example for anyone who's interested. Okay.
And a YouTube link.
We gotta see this. Actually, I'm gonna put this in another tab just to make sure it's nothing like stupid. Okay, it's part of the Godzilla movie in 2014. I don't know if I can show that. Can I show that? I'll go to the specific part of it because I know you can show short clips as long as it doesn't go past a certain time. So I'm figuring a few seconds or something. Yeah, let's do it. There we go. Somewhere here. Something like here, guys. In case you didn't know from the explanation that he gave you in the actual chapter itself, this is how Kirena blasts people. You ready for this? Here we go. It still kind of looks like fire. All right. Now you guys know.
Yeah. And knowing is half a battle.
G.I. Joe. I love G.I. Joe. All right, where were we? Things like, thanks for the comment. That is so awesome and brilliant. No one has done that before. I have read many stories before, and none as unique as yours.
He just shared a link where someone did that before.
Yeah, exactly. No one has done that before. It's something you've seen before. I find it unironically adorable that some people like this. Yeah, I know. Me too. I mean, I'm not bashing them for liking this. I'm just saying how the concept itself is ridiculous that people can like this and actually think this is good writing. This is remember that thing you linked yesterday, Rael? The story with the humiliation porn?
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. I expected bad reviews, and then it was like 5 stars. 5 stars. I didn't even know what to think. It makes me want to write something exactly like that.
To be fair, I think this has to do with the lit RPG community on Amazon is like really tight knit. I think they give each other good reviews because they know how to game the system on Amazon.
You mean like they have a Discord server where they talk with each other? Hey, give me this review. Give me that review.
I don't know if they have a Discord server, maybe, or a subreddit or something, but pretty sure something like that is happening.
Yeah, wait for them to be introduced to Good Fix. Yeah, me too. It's in stages.
I mean, Myth thought this was a good fix, so
Yeah, Myth at one point Myth thought this was good. Just
I blame post-season 8 insanity.
look, man. I know season 8 really broke everybody's hearts, but that shit. This was like breaking up with a 10 out of 10 model and then going out with a 1 out of 10 lady. Like you tapped it, but you shouldn't have. You shouldn't have. I was prepared to see people rip the story to shreds, but I've received nothing but enthusiastic feedback. Thanks again. No, you didn't. You know, previous chapters, I've seen people not like it.
Yeah, also we're here for that.
Loved it. Can't wait for more John. Please update soon. Chapter's coming at a healthy pace. Oh, Kat is going to be so disappointed. It would be fun if they are actually talking about John. Interesting. I guess there is going to be consolidation. Probably finishing the Imperials. It can't be too popular, and if there's a symbol to rally behind, they will lose all the levies forced to fight. As always, a nice and refreshing read. Keep the good work. Keep the good work. Yeah, you should keep it to yourself. We'll find out what Robin Reigns were talking about in Rob's. Okay, thank you for telling me that. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be talking about John. John and the Imperial clan will be coming to a head next chapter, and hopefully a resolution. We'll see. Damn. Uh-oh, big one. Derk, wonderful job. I was so hyped when I read That's a Big Bird. That's what you felt? You felt hyped? Bruh. I wish I could feel hyped from this. I have to say, you are the best at writing Catelyn to make me hate her. Very compelling. Some questions will be there for Musket's gunpowder, because I know they were in Japanese warfare at some point. Will John get Blackfire upgraded somehow into What? What?
He's asking if Blackfire will be improved into Dragon Steel.
Dragon Steel Boogaloo. Okay, hold on. This isn't actually part of the story, but I need to copy this. So no, this definitely needs it.
Yes.
Will John get Blackfire upgraded somehow into Blackfire 2 Dragon Steel Boogaloo?
You should at Dylan for that.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Dylan will love this.
A moment of respect for our friend Dylan, who is off hitting people with sword snap right now, using what he learned from us from seeing John defeat 3 guards at the same time, defeat a bear, defeat an Ironborn. Okay, no, he got his ass beat by Master M.
But he lasted for 30 minutes, which is more than anyone else.
Yeah, and he such a great man. We cannot even think to be close to comparing to him. All right, it's amazing. New to fiction, the point in my life where I couldn't get enough shallow power. Yeah, I mean, I understand that. That's right. Like when I was 18, fuck, I'd read any Dragon Ball fan fiction where it's like Gohan just wins everything. Gohan hates his dad and just beats the crap out of him.
You also read those? Oh.
There was one that was like Gohan disappears after he kills Cell and he cannot be found, and then he comes back during the Boo arc, but he's already stronger than Boo, but he gets controlled by Babidi or something.
Where's this fan fiction where he literally uses the Dragon Balls to he uses the Dragon Balls to wish himself to be King Yama and then sends his entire family to hell. Like Goten, Goku, and Chi-Chi.
Will John be the only dragon rider in the story? Is Viserys insane or is he normal? Will you think about giving us a master and point of view? Oh,
Yes.
I would love to know his thoughts as well as him telling Gary and I told you so. How many acts are planned? If you are okay with sharing, oh my god, these are questions. Filling the beans. Sorry for the bombardment of questions. Your work just really gets me thinking. Keep at it. If I saw a review like this, I would take a moment to just just lean back in the chair just to let this all hit me. And then I'll try to reply. Let's see if he tries it. Oh, he goes for it. He's going for it. He's going for it. All right.
Yes, that's right.
As you're invested, I can answer a couple. Musket's gunpowder. It will not be made. Okay. Blackfire won't be altered in any way. It's not John's sword to alter. He'll be getting his very soon. John's gonna get glorious Nippon style.
Didn't you already have one?
He has
a regular sword. He has a regular plebeian sword.
Okay.
Questions. I only see sentences. Yeah. He lasted for 30 minutes, was better than everyone else. Myth talking about. Maybe Myth is Master M. Because your name starts with M.
Blast, you found me out.
We should change your Discord name to Master M. We're gonna do that. Master M will get a POV eventually. At the moment, I don't have an exact amount of acts. Blah blah. Blah. You'll find out very soon about John's. Oh my god. I only have one issue with this chapter. Huh. It was over too soon. Bro, it's been almost 3 hours. I'm on my phone, so I won't be writing much this time around because I hate typing on phones. But I just want to throw in my support while the enthusiasm is still fresh. Great work once again. I can't wait for the next chapter, and for Catelyn to get her due and choke on her words when Jon finally comes to Westeros. I'm also excited about the future relationship tags. Should be very interesting. Keep up the good work. And yes, it was only one thing. It wasn't even negative. I love the story so much. Onyx Rose 81 says, I feel trepidation on reading works in progress because so many of my favorite stories have stopped updating within the past few months. But I just can't help myself with your story. It's so good. Yay for Jon and Kirena. Kat, you overreach yourself. I can't wait until Rob's point of view. Rest assured, I don't have many plans to abandon the story. In it for the long run. I've said that before. Look, I'm not going to judge him. I know you guys are judging
since
me.
May. I'm not judging you. I'm judging him.
I know many judge me for that.
Hasn't updated since May. Almost a year now.
I remember the first time I started Elemental Trinity, and people were like, "Did you abandon A Song of Ice, Fire, and Lightning? I'm done with this. I'll never read your story again." And then I updated, and they're there in the comment section. Bro, I'm sorry. Lenore says, "Oh, Catelyn, I don't think your vision will be coming true. If anything, I can see Rob and Rhaenys as friends. Rob does seem to like Alice, remembering what Ned was saying. It would be beneficial political-wise for the North that Rob is seen more northern if he had a northern bride, so to speak. Ned seems to be at the end of his rope here with her slander of Jon constantly. But then again, it's all his fault, so shrugs. Can't wait for the truth to come out." Oh, Jon bonded with the dragon, how wonderful. Read that quickly. Oh, Jon bonded with his dragon, how wonderful.
Immediately.
But I hope this leads to question about his parentage, so we can figure out who are his true parents. Lenore, are, alright? Plural, you even murdered. Technically, a Stark shouldn't be bonded to a dragon. Yeah, the more John sheer adrenaline. Thinking comes after. A certain
The
grinning
thing-
Lannister. He just
The
spoiled
thinking
it.
comes never.
You're right. It had to be spelled out by Kirena what was going on. Like, you can speak in my mind? Yes, I can speak in your mind. You can speak in my mind? Yes,
Yeah.
I can speak in your mind.
No, shut up. Get on my back.
Welcome back, Myth.
I accidentally hit leave this time.
It happens. I have to pay attention to that. If I leave, we're screwed. Actually, you guys know that if I disconnect, you guys assume control of the stream, right? My actual
No.
YouTube stream won't go down. I'll just disappear.
Oh, that's cool.
And you guys can technically share your screen and all that. Let's see here. Love the world building, thank you. Good job. Love the story so far. Make him a good king. Yeah, they're already bowing to him, and he's been humble about it. So I think he's gonna be pretty good in terms of quality of kingship, not in terms of good writing. Any chance you could kill Viserys and have Arianne with Jon? Admirable, but hey, improvement, hopefully. Yeah, maybe. At this point, any Catelyn bashing in any story is annoying to me. I'll just be skipping our scenes. The dragon has a laser beam attack. That is a first. Did the dragon gain cognitive thinking as soon as it bonded to Jon?
This is literally a dragon from Aragon. What is he talking about?
Probably never read it.
I haven't even, I know that.
Loved it, mate. Looking forward to the next update. If you don't mind me saying, please include Joy Hill in your story arcs. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
She's
No, Joy Hill, her Garion's bastard daughter.
Yeah. We've mentioned her a few times in previous streams.
Yes. But I
Remember her, Garion Lannister? I'm talking to Garion, who doesn't actually exist. Gandar's Stu grows lonely character with Tywin as Lord of the Castle. Gets sold off to Freys for their participation in Red Wedding. Hope she gets some happiness in your fic and reunion with her father. Fingers crossed. Okay. Well,
Yes, he has.
Garion hasn't forgotten about her. Hasn't mentioned her once in the entire year John's been there.
He just never talks about her.
I mean, the fact that he's still living there, and he said Westeros has nothing for me there, that speaks for itself.
Yeah.
Didn't you say Westeros is a trash place, or was it just John?
No, it was him. He said something about that. No, I mean, I think he also said something about him being unable to go back, so I guess it could be that.
No, he mentioned he praised the daimyos and how they are so much better than the lords in Westeros.
Oh yeah, he did say that too. They're like lords but better.
Yeah.
All right. Like we didn't even get to see how they actually ruled. Jon just showed up and is about to take everything over.
I mean, you see how they rule. They send a foreigner off to the Holy Mountain, and he gets a dragon.
That seems much worse than the Lords of Westeros, to be honest. At least those guys are a little cautious. You know, the smart ones, anyway. Yeah, I'm not gonna count Edmure Tully in that list because he's pretty stupid.
Even in canon, like it's exaggerated.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like
it's exaggerated a lot, but even in canon, he's a bit of an idiot.
Like he's not stupid, but he's not wise either. He's your typical grunt who happens to be a great lord, which is really bad. Anyway,
yeah,
Helen doesn't know how wrong she'll be. Great chapter. I can't wait for the next one. I love this story. It's the most original and imaginative storyline ever. I just copy pasted Japan. So he says imaginative, but this guy relies on inserting images into his story. But imaginative. Great chapter, but this just makes me really eager for Jon's return and seeing what Rhaegar and Elia will do to Ned. Oh dear. I really love your fic.
Wall of text.
Godzilla. Wall effects is amazing and hasn't been done before.
It has been done with Godzilla. What? Ugh.
I wonder when John finally realizes you have to have Targaryen blood to have a dragon. I wonder how things. You don't necessarily have to have Targaryen blood to have a dragon. There were more dragon lords other than the Targaryens. Calm down.
Yeah, we had an entire no, not family. Family.
Entire civilization.
Valeria. I mean,
Yeah. There was Orion. Orion was not a Targaryen. The guy who tried to, after the Doom, he went to Quohor, raised an army, and went back to Valyria to try to reclaim it. He wasn't a Dragon Lord.
but
He wasn't a Targaryen. He was a Dragon Lord.
I only read one fan fiction where a Valyrian mage who woke up 400 years after the Doom and just has his own dragon and goes to the north and basically decides to take over like the Targaryens did.
Jesus Christ. Edmure is just a guy in a store with military tools. Yep. I mean, yeah, I kind of like him, but at the same time, I realize his limitations. A good author can create art without using a single brush. Yes. But I mean, an author doesn't... I mean, yeah, okay.
I mean, if I type on a computer, yes, of course.
Yeah, you can just use a mouse to draw. I'm imagining him doing the description of the dragon, and then he shows a picture of him doing a stick figure style dragon on paint.
That would be
like really, really crude triangles on her shoulders. Those are the crystals. Even after the Doom, there were other dragon riders by the Valyrians, the dragon seeds, lowborn girl named Nettles. Yep.
Yeah, plenty. So,
if Ned hadn't done what he did,
it's an obsession with blood. I mean, their main character has to have special blood that makes him above all others.
Yeah, Ryle's right. It's the whole blood thing.
I mean, you see it a lot in fantasy stories, so
Constantly.
And also fan fiction. I mean, the entire Lord Harry domain is obsessed with pure bloods, and like even in Naruto stories with bloodline limits. It's literally in the name.
No, you're right. Something about being special. People like. I'm not like other people. If Ned, I don't know what that was, but I like it. If Ned hadn't done what he did, Aegon and Jon were probably brothers and best friends. I would hate things not work out between the brothers, especially with Aegon's wife and her family. Aegon's wife and her family. Okay. Something tells me they're gonna cause trouble between brothers, all for their greed and ambition. Rob and Jon had a bond, but there was still that trueborn and bastard thing between them, including Theon. No. He is Squid Kid, alright? Refer to him by his proper title.
So Theon was between Rob and Jon.
The way this is worded. Between them. And Jon knew it very well. And Rob, just too naive to the things around him. Only one who wasn't naive is Arya. Only one who wasn't naive.
Arya was shipping them from day one.
Give me a second here. Okay. Can't wait until Arya and Jon reunite. For me, Arya will always be Jon's true family, unlike the rest of the Starks in Winterfell. Don't you know that Martin originally planned for Jon to hook up with Arya?
You mentioned that last time, but also still, he was loved, except for Catelyn, he was loved by all of his siblings. Okay, maybe not Sansa, I'm not sure. Hello?
Oh, someone added me on Discord. I was reading what they were saying.
Hello?
What were you saying? No, I hear you.
So I asked the question, what was Sansa's opinion of Jon in the books?
I don't think they were ever fully stated, other than just her showing a certain leeriness around him. Like she wasn't, influenced from her mother, just taught her to stay away. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Let me just reply to this person. Anyway, for me, Arya will always be Jon's true family, and unlike the rest of the Starks in Winterfell, she loved him and accepted him for who he is, and Jon always loved and accepted her. I hope Arya gets to be the first to ride the dragon with Jon when he gets back to Westeros. Ride the dragon.
Oh God.
It's Alright, I'm gonna pretend. I'm gonna pretend I didn't see that. This just fits. This is fun. No. We're pretending that didn't happen. All right, just repress it. Forget you even saw it. It doesn't exist.
Fine, Twitch. This is fun. I like this. Keep going. I honestly love the way you're setting up Danny.
It has been purged from my mind.
To drool when they see Jon. Those scenes are always my favorites. Lol. Yeah. We haven't even seen him yet.
So let's recap here. If he actually does a scene where they actually drool, after setting up chapters where they're supposed to be smart and brilliant and independent and all of that, and they see a guy and they see Jon and they start drooling. Oh, so it's such cringe. Oh no! Oh no! I'm scared to click next, but I will do it for the fans.
I love this badass Jon and can't wait for the drooling over him to happen.
God damn
It's
it!
the same guy. This might be weird, but I was inspired by your muscular Harry, Jon, when I drew a sketch. I hope you don't mind. Please keep on posting.
I'm scared to look at this. Alright, I'm gonna open another tab with this just to make sure it's nothing crazy. Oh my god. Oh my god, this image. Alright, you guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah. Maybe.
You see that?
That's a better beard than the image the author showed us.
Yeah, it is. But look at those raven curls. Oh, look at that. Doesn't he just make you swoon? It makes me weak in the knees just looking at this man. Jon Snow. He is the rising sun. Look at this thing. When was this made? November 6, 2018. Oh my god. Alright, let's go back before I get even more excited.
Yeah.
I don't mind at all. Your sketch is brilliant. Thanks. Next post should be very soon. This one has been a doozy to write. Glad you're enjoying it. Sword looks like it was made of rubber. Yeah, it did look like it was made of rubber. That's the rubber he puts around his real sword.
Let's not bash an artist who tries to do something.
Yeah, he did actually pretty good, to be honest. Pretty good stuff. I mean,
much better than I could have done.
Yeah, exactly. Much better than most.
Can't wait. Please update fast. Blah blah blah.
I'm loving this story. No, you can do it.
I'm loving the story with Such and OOC Jon and his dragon. Jerian is a great character too. I can't wait for the tourney to happen. And I'm really hoping Jon pulls a Mystery Knight stunt. Are the direwolves going to make an appearance in this story? They certainly would add to the chaos. Eagerly waiting for more. Let's go back before I get even more excited. It's your rewrite. Yes. Thanks for reading. And yes, direwolves will be making an appearance. Okay, now we are.
Stoner McQueen. Oh, hey, it's this guy. Holy shit, the dialogue is really getting to me. It's really rough, man. When I saw the likes that this story had, I thought it'd be a lot more polished. The only voice of reason, and it's a dude whose reasoning capabilities are impaired.
Stoner McQueen pie.
Well, let me take a moment here. Just copy this. Paste this here and type in Stoner McWeed pot. The Dumpster Fire channel. All right.
So I have to ask. You want to end the stream now, right?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be ending it, but I was wondering, how did you guys feel after this chapter? How do you have feelings at all? I personally was impressed.
Yes, impressed with.
I'll tell you why I was impressed. I was sneezing. What is it?
Yeah, tell us.
The impressive part of this chapter was that he only was sat once.
You already did the last chapter, I think.
I mean, the fact that he had one good description scene.
He had a good description scene.
He had one good description. That was impressive.
Here, this green grass.
That he immediately added a.
This was fine. This was quality, almost quality stuff. I was gonna say quality, but I'm not that generous. Almost quality stuff. Wasn't amazing. Wasn't terrible. It was there. It was an attempt and an improvement. I feel like my hope for humanity has taken one step forward and two steps backwards. That's been this entire stream. Like every time I do it, like it's been 6 streams so far. 1 step forward, 2 steps back every time. There's me. I've done well with like a layering. I mean, yeah, it's fine.
I'm just looking forward to the next chapter.
He started after reading this fanfiction. It seems. Yeah. I wonder what the next chapter's name is. Just before we sign off, I'm going to see what the next chapter's title is. So we're gonna hit this thing and chapter index. The conclusion of madness. The conclusion. He's gonna annihilate everybody with his new dragon that can breathe the Godzilla beams of fire that have never been seen before in any kind of fiction whatsoever.
Except in
They're completely new and original.
Completely new and original, alright? How dare you try to imply otherwise? Dare you? Anyway, we'll be reading this next week. You will be joining us in the suffering. And then after that, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll include some Harry Potter stuff. We need to start looking for some quality cringe Harry Potter stuff, and not ones that devolve into questionable content that will get me banned.
I mean,
definitely not kill me if you can.
Yeah,
we can always read Harry Crow.
But is that really cringe?
Yes, it really is.
I'll have to. Okay. Tomorrow night, I will reread the first parts of Harry Crow, and if it's that cringe, we will look at it. Because I want it to be cringe enough to make it sort of entertaining, but not like so bad that I actually can't feel good about it. That makes sense.
Okay.
But yes. And with that said, I must leave you guys now. I must go forth into the beyond, and perhaps have some food to restore my spirits after this particular session. Goodbye, everybody.
Farewell.
See you next week.